Season 4, we got another weekly for you on the good old 4th of July. And as is befitting on the 4th of July, I've brought in an Australian on the mic. I am LaRock. I will be on the mic for you today, and joined by one Spike _ SSBU, also known as Aussie Spike, also known as Spike. Hello.
So many spikes. Yes. Hi, Mornin. Happy July 5th. How are we going on this fine not Independence Day?
This is it was a very tactical decision to put somebody who is not in the July 4th on the July 4th stream. It's just brilliant. I've thought of everything, haven't I?
It was a very independent decision of yours, but I guess it is as well.
Independent decision is devastating. Holy moly.
Don't worry, you'll get less of those as the stream goes on. Don't worry. So hopefully we're aiming for a longer seed so I don't make any more comments like that.
That's really funny. Alright, let's take a look at our start here for another stock standard weekly. We got Toro, we got Slam, we got Shockwave. Wow. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, S4 with a Shockwave start is weird because you're used to Isles just not really actually having anything. So now's the question of how much of Isles are we actually doing? Is it back to like an S3 start, or I don't know.
Might be. We got DK. We got Cranky. This is a baby seed. Have I ever seen one? Oh, we lost Ash. Oh. Please hold. Bang! The old technical difficulties.
Well, good time for technical difficulties is before we start rather than after we start.
That's very true. That's very true. We'll get that squared away in a moment. There we go. Excellent.
Alright, sweet, we're back. Alright, well, it looks like everyone is ready. We have a good old 20-person weekly today, which is kind of nice considering the occasion of the day.
You got live split up, huh? That's like the one thing I forgot. Unbelievable. And it's there. Look at that. We got the numbers. Just in time. I also didn't even introduce our runners. We got K-Man, friend of the stream. He's in the mic a couple times. What a beast. And we got Ash. He's in the mic a couple times. Also a beast. And we got
I'm looking forward to seeing how both of these runners go.
We got timers ticking. Let's get into this. What does another wacky weekly have for us today? What could possibly go wrong this time? Standard channel
Is this where I start predicting already at the start of the stream, or do we let that keep going? Let's simmer for a little bit. I think simmer's probably a good idea, right?
We shall see, I suppose. Rainbow Coin and the Spring Cage is awesome. Saxon Outer Isles is also awesome.
Whoa, it's a good find. Can never complain for an early Rainbow Coin. That being said, only 2 shopkeepers. We might not even need to use one of them for a little bit.
Yeah, K-Man saw the dirt or saw the Rainbow Coin and was like, yes, I want that, and has to go back for the dirt. Ash is going to loop around for the dirt first. I don't know. There's probably so many different ways to go about this one, but
yeah, I don't think it matters too much in the end of the day.
They both agree. Yes, I would like this Rainbow Coin. This is very good. I think Ash's route makes more sense because if you saw something useless in the cage, you would just not get it. But whatever. It's one of those like 2-second things that like we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, and at the start of the seed, it's not going to matter too much, right?
In the middle of the seed, it doesn't even matter too much. These are the kind of decisions that like win or lose races. It's not very rarely are the 2 seconds the significant figures here.
Oh yeah.
That's what's kind of nice about. That's one thing that's kind of nice about this randomizer is that a lot of the time it's not the micro decisions, the little routing, that gets you there. It's the macro routing. It's the big picture. You have all the information in front of you. What's your choice?
Oh yeah.
You gotta solve it. Proper solve is a big component of going fast. Not to say that optimized movement isn't insignificant. It's just there's a lot of ways to go about it. Interesting. That could be our second GB if we need 2 GBs to get into a level. Or it could be... Oh, that's a fairy there. I think you pick that fairy up, just in case, but you probably don't need it, right?
I mean, it's 6 fairies for S4, isn't it?
It's a big number. That's not a small number of fairies. Until you know that BFI is dead. I'm a little scared to leave fairies behind until I know BFI is dead, at least.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh, well, okay, well, if the fairies are gonna...
levels now.
Well, the fairies are gonna fall on our head now, so I'm a little more scared, even.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1. We're buying Tiny and Aztec.
That's expensive. Oh, yep. I need a few GBs for that.
I did not see the number. I saw a nope out.
That was 11.
Oh, alright, I guess we're not going there.
Yeah.
Alright, forest, much better. Oh my god. Please hold.
What?
I did get a screenshot of that. Oh my god, so Shockwave. Key 1.
Yeah,
Key 3.
That's expensive. That's big.
Key 4. Key 7. Key 8. Tiny Phase. Lanky Phase. Donkey Phase. And Free Kongs.
That's that's almost everything.
We were a key 5 away from all keys on that hint.
Well then.
Oh, K-Man going for Dark Rafters perfectly, and there's a key here.
What?
Got it in 1. What an absolute beast! Huge pull.
Nice, nice.
So that's key 4 out of
really
nowhere.
good.
So Spring is on the path to key 4, and Guitar, and we don't know where either is. That's crazy.
In theory, in a dirt patch, but let's not look too deep into that just yet.
That make a lot of sense. Or one of them is, at least, most likely. A good amount of dirt in the forest. I mean, this mill's dirt isn't anything, but... You can run over to the beanstalk area and have a look at the bean dirt. Capitalizing on the door that's right next to the Dark Rafters, though. Okay, that's fairy number, like, 4 we've seen. There was one in Isles Cranky, too. Anyone else a little, like, wildly suspicious? Oh my god. Alright, another monster hint here.
Okay.
Giant mushroom on the path to almost everything. That's key 3, 7, 8, Tiny Phase, Lanky Phase, Donkey Phase. That dropped Kongs, that dropped key 1, that dropped key 4. So it's something independent.
Yeah, absolutely crazy palvings to start. We are minutes in and we're already getting giant gigapalves.
That's crazy. Hello, Raiders! Welcome in. Congratulations, Zernicus, on a new 101% world record. 5/2016, that's crazy.
Absolutely
That's
insane.
best.
Good stuff.
A little blip from Ash, that's right. Sometimes the internet is just like this. And we're back. Look at that. No muss, no fuss.
Perfect.
3 whole minutes off the record. That's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, it's 5 hours, but like 3 whole minutes off a world record that's been battered down over the years. That's some wild stuff. Well, we probably got our answer on key 5. It's probably just a forest medal somewhere.
Yeah.
Which one do you think it is?
Well, I'm gonna say Tiny's because it's the worst one. Oh, actually, no, not really anymore. Not anymore.
I feel like Diddy's makes the most sense. Isn't Diddy's the easiest of these two?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you need Spring, but who uses Spring?
Well, we might be getting Spring if we need to get to key 4 soonish.
Now, did Ash just not peek the bean, or did I miss that?
I know not. You might have looked at it while in the blip, if you will.
That is true.
That's another fairy. Fairies are raining into this seed. Like, they're pouring in. We've seen, like, 5 fairies. We've seen a quarter of the fairies in the whole game already.
There's got to be something there. I'll be very shocked if there is nothing there.
Okay, I also did not get a look at that, because...
I did not see anything there. What?
It did not look like a GB. It looked smaller. If it's another fairy, I'm gonna freak out. Any knowers? You got eyes in the skies on that one? Ugh.
Anyone need to send a drone up there and see what was on top of the beanstalk?
I'm pretty sure Ash is broke. Ash bought, or they both bought, a Diddy blueprint in Isles, so they probably don't have the money for that potion for Diddy here, and that rainbow coin will help a lot. So back we go.
Alright, let's see what we got.
I mean, it's certainly going to be important, I wager. I think it's just too early to not be important, and that looks important to me. I'll take a guitar.
Alright, well, we totally need that for said key.
Indeed. So if we get a 4 shop hint, that'll path to a bajillion things. That's nice. Did Cayman get the rainbow coin yet? I don't think he did. But he got money anyway.
I don't think so. It doesn't need it anyways.
He probably like climbed a mushroom or something to get the money, if I had to guess.
Yeah, there's a few little sneaky coin spots in the mills area that I always forget about every time I play this game or watch people play this game.
That was a vintage $1 Bob right there. My God, it cost $1. You'll love to see it. All right, does guitar get us to 50 with Diddy? I don't think so. I think we still need more. Probably at least spring.
Yeah, guitar I don't think actually locks anything, really, considering you need spring to get to where guitar locks things anyways.
Get me to CB calc. Break it out. Alright, 4's DK needs a little bit. Well, Slam and Strong Kong is enough, so actually DK's medal is fine. And then Diddy is... Diddy's looking for Peanut and Spring, most likely. Well, or Spring is enough alone, so... I guess you could probably just, like, cheat your way to either of these medals at this point. Something out of logic.
Oh yeah, which Cayman almost certainly already is at that point from getting that key 4. The question is, will Ash go for that kind of strat and then potentially snag a medal and a key?
That Dark Rafters key is that's gonna wreck some people, because you see that key, you can't leave without getting that key. Like, you know that key is too important to leave without, so you're just gonna fall into the abyss as many times as it takes to get that jump right.
Exactly.
It was very, very good for K-Man to get it first try. That's gotta feel great.
And the thing is as well, you know from getting that guitar that Shockwave has to lead to Spring, right? So we know that that key 5 is not happening anytime soon. Like, it could just be an Aztec, but...
On top of that,
who knows how long?
What you're about to get on the mushroom is probably not Spring, and it's going to be something else entirely that's useful. Like, this feels like a coconut or like a peanut to me, some like really strong move.
Probably.
Here we go, look at this. Maybe a Rocket Barrel? Rocket Barrel's really good too. This could be Spring too. It could be. It would just not be the hinted item. Shockwave on the path to everything but T5 is a little spicy, but we haven't seen anything out of Dirt yet either. So we're in a holding pattern here, folks. Just clear everything you can in the first levels and then go from here. Sure enough, Peanuts. Peanuts looks pretty good to me. I would like that as my mushroom exterior path to a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's a pretty good item.
Key 3, Key 7, Key 8, Tiny K Rool, Lanky K Rool, Donkey K Rool. Just all sorts of good stuff. Alright, now, pop quiz. Peanut plus Shockwave. It's you? Nothing good.
That's a good question. I'll call a rain check on that one there.
I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's more likely Shockwave gets you something, and then you combine Peanut with maybe like combine Peanut and Spring or something. That's got more combos. Or
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so you can see Ash is trying to dig up Donkey's medal by grabbing Donkey CBs out of the which would be acquired from the Check of Legends canon, just scoop them out of midair. So where's Key 5? Key 5 is looking like our logical key. Oh, it's not on Donkey's medal because K-Man has that. So it's gotta be on Diddy's medal then, right? Because we don't have Key 4 in logic yet. We could have Key 5, and there's Key 5. Alright.
Yeah, there it is.
Simple
Which
as...
that Peanuts puts in logic.
Yep, and now Ash is like, okay, well, let's just scoop this up. Yeah, oh yeah, Peanuts puts in logic, you're right. It's interesting that Peanuts is not on the path to Key 5, though, so... Either or
yeah, that would mean that, yeah, good old overalls.
Yeah, there's another way to do it, somehow. In the future. Good times. Alright, well, Key 5's our logical next key out of here, and considering Aztec was 11 GBs, we're still not anywhere close to getting into there.
No, we almost certainly just need to get that Key 4 and just go elsewhere. The question is, where is that elsewhere?
Level 6 or level 7, probably. I couldn't begin to guess what level it is, because we don't have, like, any information to work with. Maybe, like, Japes, because that's where Funky is? That's the only thing we got.
I was about to say
make
with
it...
Peanut, it tells me Galleon, but no, we're not. We're in S4 now. That ship has sailed. That's not a thing.
We got a foolish hive out of that hint. Came in opting to make it daytime to have a look at some of the day checks. Lanky Diddy Helm, so Peanut for... Well, okay, no. That means we need Rocket Barrel and Guitar. So that Guitar out of Forest Cranky's looking prime time.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting that Ash didn't even peek Dark Rafters while she was there. You could look at least, like, you can, like, know something's there. Keys are very bright and very loud, so it's like, okay, yes, let's go do it. Castle level 7. What do we got here?
Okay.
Oh. That's our Peanut. No, that's our Guitar hint. Shops to key 4.
What was that path to?
Forest shops to key 4 and key 8. So your Guitar is done. Your Guitar is actually not used for anything else. Forget about it. Cool.
Okay, never mind. Goodbye. See you, Guitar. Have a good one.
Great hint. It's solved. We need it for key 8 because it's just a helm room. It might be used for something else for key 8, but the key 8 paths, they're a lot smaller than they used to be in Season 4. They're a lot smaller. Could lock Rocket Barrel, could lock Trombone. Oh, no, it can't even be Trombone because Trombone's made for like a Carol. Could be whatever the pad in the back is. I don't know.
Almost certainly not much.
Maybe it's Monkey Port. That's underground.
Could be Monkey Port.
I didn't even see that hint at all. He clicked that so fast. Holy smokes.
I believe that was Diddy gets Lanky in caves.
Diddy finds Lanky in caves. Well, that's certainly... The Shockwave makes me think... The Shockwave path to Kongs makes me think, like, Shockwave gets you Spring, and then, like, you go, like, upper cabin. But no Guitar. So...
Yeah, I think that just has to be the metal or the boss apparently.
Yeah,
or
wow.
Like
No Guitar is really interesting, because that takes out a ton of Diddy checks in caves.
Oh, yeah.
Diddy Metal fits pretty well, though. But Peanut isn't path to Kongs, so, you know, all bets are off. I guess it's Rocket Barrel is the critical item for Caves Diddy Metal. So...
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, look, I don't know what any of the metal requirements are nowadays. I've been playing nothing but Kevin. I don't know what 50C these are. These requirements are nuts.
Well, pro tip...
Oh, speaking of that, did you get that? Because I did not.
I believe it was Castle CBs on the path to a whole bunch of stuff. Let me check. Didn't get the exact text on that one. We've got dueling castle routes, so they're going back and forth all over the place. Ash choosing to climb first, whereas he came in trying to dig. So Castle CBs, key 7, key 8, Kongs. So we're not leaving without a medal. Let's look at
Interesting.
Let's look at our castle
I guess
medals.
that could be our rocket barrel.
That make a lot of sense. Castle DK, you just climb and you're good to go. Prod 3-8 Donkey Phase. Okay, we're going around the world on this one.
Well, that's almost certainly needing grab then. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I believe that was Igloo 1 potion. Of course they're doing dueling.
I think so.
They're doing dueling routes, which means we get all the information all at once and then have to... We're just getting info dumped on.
Oh yeah.
Devastating fashion.
Yeah, this is one thing I was going to say when going to Castle, was I was going to be very excited to see how differently people actually do this level, because this level is, like, has so many ways to potentially route it, and both people are doing complete opposite things, which is kind of nice.
You basically have a checklist, and you're in a sandbox, and you can do whatever you want. Your checklist are, you're getting Donkey's Medal for sure, you gotta climb Castle to check Roof Dirt, you gotta check all the underground checks that are free, and as long as you do all 3 of those in, like, semi-reasonably efficient manner, you're good to go. Here's our first dirt vial, and it's coconut. That would make a lot of sense.
That is a really good one to find off of a hinted to literally everything dirt patch. Yes.
Massively hinted Shockwave gets you coconut. You should see my absolute shocked expression plastered on my face right now. I'm floored. Shocked Pikachu.jpg.
Great move. But yeah, that is an interesting move for the potential production we just got hinted. And I guess Galleon also has the goods.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like like Blast in production fits pretty well. Oh, it's a Tiny Phase, Lanky Phase, and Kongs in these Castle CBs. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay,
Glad we got
even bigger.
That.
That lines up with Peanut pretty well, so I actually think it's on Diddy's medal. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wait, does it? Does Peanut?
It does, minus key 3, actually.
Oh.
No, it
because
doesn't.
Peanut is not past the Kongs.
Yeah, good shout out.
Trippy. That's a really... That's a path that, like, looks like it should fit, but doesn't. So I think it's not Diddy's medal, then. Or... it feels like...
Could also just be a boss.
It could be just something good that combines with Peanut, which there's no shortage of that. Charge,
oh, yeah.
A rocket barrel. Rocket barrel. I like your rocket barrel call.
Yeah, it's got potential, but we'll see what happens when we actually get more medals, because it's not looking like we're going to be getting it now unless it's on the boss.
Actually, dipping into the crypt to get Donkey's medal. I think if you just run around a bunch, you end up with DK's medal, but I'll have to settle for going the long way. But it's not. If you were
coming here for Diddy's DBs, maybe it was worth it.
Oh, that's totally true, because it's not Donkey's medal. K-Man has 50, it's not Donkey's. So, Diddy's, I'm not sure we can get Diddy's. We have Peanut, Slam. We would need Punch.
We don't have Slam, actually, because this is level 7.
Oh, you're right.
We actually, I don't think we can get Diddy's medal.
We cannot. Absolutely not. We would need Slam, Rocket, Punch, Charge, some combination of those. There's like 5 different ways to get it, and we can do none of them. Oh, well, maybe this one.
Okay.
Ah!
That! Oh!
Oh dear. Alright, well... I sure hope we get one of these hinted, because... this is gonna get really messy if we only have the Shockwave hint. Like, we... Shockwave locking, Coconut locking Rocket Barrel means we've got just an extremely important Shockwave, and we really needed to start branching any day now.
Oh yeah.
Rocket isn't even enough for Diddy's medal, I don't think. I didn't even see that hint either. Oh my god. I'm crashing out.
Yeah, Rocket Barrel on its own only gives you 10. You need I think you outright need, like, Red Slam this seed if it's Diddy's medal at this point.
Holy moly. That's our Coconut, right?
Yes, and I think... was that exactly the same?
Let me...
Oh.
We gotta hit the tape. Okay,
right.
James 4's lobby scoured a 1. That's the hint I linked and missed. This one I got a picture of. Key 1, Key 3, Key 4, Key 7, Key 8, Tiny Phase, Lanky Phase, Donkey Phase, Bonds. So yes, it is exact same pathing for Coconut.
So, cool. Oh, we got a potion over here on the testing barrel here.
Oh, I think K-Man did like the one weird thing you can do with guns sometimes in like soft lock. That's really funny. Fortunately, it's not too far a loss there.
Oh, the thing where you freeze in place.
It's like the gun. It's like a gun stand thing or something. I want to say. I don't know. It's just one of those like.
Oh.
It's one of those like, goofy DK64 things when you press like a couple buttons like a specific number of frames apart or something bizarre. Just DK64 things. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you just might blow up. It's fine.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. No,
another fairy.
We love it. Another fairy. All right.
I don't think we saw this on K-Man's end.
More Coconut.
Oh.
There's our spring. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Coconut spring lock makes a lot of sense because Coconut's path to key 4, so...
yeah. Well, that's good for Ash then, because K-Man didn't get that, but K-Man has the keys, so unless you need spring for anything else, K-Man probably doesn't really care about that. Ash, though, wants that.
Given that key 4 falls off the paths pretty quick, I don't think we need to be super worried about it. I don't think I would be super worried about that spring, like not finding it. That said, is Spring Rocket Barrel enough to get Castle Diddy medal? I don't think it is. I think we're still short. We either need the slams or we need, like, Punch or something. Or Charge. We would need the slams and Charge. Or Punch.
But why? Why? That is, like, how many have we seen at this point?
Wait. Oh, we started with Blue Slam. I totally forgot about that. I thought K-Man was about to Alta tweet like crazy on that switch, and he just got it. He's got me. Enjoy your counting content for the day. Very, very important.
All right, how can we go? Are we gonna be on the count today?
Clean count. Well done. Oh, rainbow coin. We're rich. Let's go. Man, these hands are just piling up. This is a very conspicuous number of fairies, okay? Very conspicuous.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen so many fairies, and most of them are actually in logic at this point. So, what's on Isles? Come on, what's there?
If BFI turns up, we don't have many yet, but if BFI turns up, just lay down there. My storage has 2 potions. That's pretty great. You're about ahead there.
Yeah, it's one reason that's nice getting some hints.
Oh, you'll pick up the crown, but you won't pick up the fairy. Okay, fine. Okay, actually, okay. Credit to K-Man. He
cannot believe this.
3 fairies have fallen on his head, so it's it's still working out. Oh no, this is interesting. We got a potion chilling right there. Yeah, so K-Man's opting to have a look around at every option here. Make sure we got all that squared away. What was this? What was the storage potion? Okay, the storage potion was sniper. Looks like.
Yeah.
Or the testing potion was sniper.
Oh, did Ash just? Oh, nice. Did Ash just go for that minigame for a fairy?
I thought about it. How about this one? Alright, she's a little bit too suspicious as well. I like the line of thought. It's like, okay, this is a little much. If she's been writing them down, she knows there's 2 fairies and training grounds for her. She didn't get the one in the dirt. You can get that one and then the one on Cranky.
Oh yeah.
So there's something there. Okay, caves on lobbies and
this.
Okay.
There's our spring hint. All right.
Yep. So that helps K-Man be like, oh, that's spring. Okay, I don't care anymore. Because it's not in the path to anything else. We can just pretty much forget about that spring. That will actually send Ash pretty much directly to key 4. It's like, okay, you just got spring hinted to key 4. You have peanut hinted to key 4. You have coconut hinted to key 4. Spring hinted to key 4. Spring checks. How many spring checks could there possibly be? There's... I guess it could be like maybe if you find grab, it could be like production, but Dark Rafters fits really well here. Oh, you have guitar to key 4 as well, so yeah, you're just running straight to Dark Rafters. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, the only other option's caves, but you don't really have levels at the moment, so it's pretty safe to assume, but not guaranteed, that the hints you have are pointing to stuff that you have access to.
Right, this is a level 6 factory, level 7 castle, level 3 forest, level 1 Aztec. I mean, you can't even get it at any other level, so... You just have to find,
speaking of which,
find a new key.
That level 1 Aztec that we saw minutes in the seed, we still cannot go in.
11 is not a small number, as it turns out. K-Man is actually buying up to it. He's got 3 blueprints and 9 GBs, so he could dump Diddy blueprints and go into Aztec if he wanted to. You'd probably be able to buy Tiny, I bet. Well, you know what? That's not even a given. That's not a given, because it could be you have to go get Cave's Diddy medal to get Lanky, and then Lanky buys Tiny. That's a possibility.
Yeah, it's a rough possibility, and I don't think any of us would like to think that, but it can happen.
I mean, it's like a 50-50, right? We have no idea where Chunky is, so in theory, you could be buying Tiny with one of the 2 columns we don't have. That'd be unfortunate, but I wouldn't bet on it, at least. Alright, we're not climbing production.
Best cop on the course today.
Production is off. We're not climbing quite yet. But perhaps the guy at the bottom did something for us. He actually did, okay.
Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked.
Okay, thank you. And we have stuff... We have a production hint, but I don't think it's going to be hunky. That doesn't really fit here.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It doesn't mesh with coconut, like, at all, and coconut is our other thing that's kind of... Well, it doesn't mesh with peanut, it doesn't really mesh with... It doesn't mesh with anything, really. That's another fairy.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was about to say, we have found almost... I think we might have almost found 10 fairies at this point.
We're like 9 or 10 or something. That is a really weird number.
Alright, there's number 11, alright, go to Aztec. That's not Aztec. Where, that's not Aztec. Go the
this is new info, though. This could be caves, and caves would be...
Oh yeah, this is the good play.
And it's a new hint. Fresh info. Donkey, Italian Donkey Lighthouse. Okay.
Okay.
So, coconut... Go? So if you find Galleon, you run in immediately?
Yeah.
Ooh, caves is cheap.
Yeah, that is on the... That is ridiculous, actually.
Caves is cheaper, but not by much. That makes me think that your progression is actually in Aztec. You get a lot of hints out of Caves, though, so I don't really hate this dive either.
Yeah. Well, we know that Lanky is gotten by Diddy, and that rocket is 3 paths behind Path to Com. So there's actually a strong chance that we're just going to be getting Lanky.
That's very true. Okay, Japes Force Lobbies, Key 7, and Tiny Phase.
Alrighty, is this where I start cooking? Is this where I start cooking?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Alright, so
I see what you're cooking, and I'm scared.
But imagine, we have 2 guns already hinted, both on the path to 7 and Tiny, as well as other things. Like,
no. Not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this.
Exactly like this. Come on. Give us it. I want to see content. Come on. Give us it.
Oh my god. It's actually it's plausible right now. It is entirely plausible that the lobby check of Legends has Mini Monkey at the moment.
And then Key 7 is, of course, on PFI.
Oh my god. Well, then the fairies wouldn't be so front-loaded if that's the case, so I'm kind of thinking it's not that.
Nah.
That would kill our BFI theory, but, I mean, given that we have no idea on... Given how deep all these tiny K-roll hints seem to be going, I'm not really... That's another thing to discount BFI for, so I'm not really sure on this one.
Yeah, no, there's really no way of telling at the moment, and if we're right in that, it's gonna take a while to find Mini Monkey. Unless if come on,
another one. Oh, bosses are dead. Thank you, game. Finally, they're giving us a softball.
All right, that's a good thing.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's actually like the 10th fairy. That's unbelievable.
That is ridiculous.
I don't know if I've ever seen this many fairies that
quickly. We are half an hour in.
Okay, man, what are you doing, brother? You gotta go into Diddy's Igloo. Even if you don't have barrels, I feel like going in there just to shoot the balloon is a good idea. Maybe there's enough Diddy bananas on the way, and I'm being silly, but...
I think you might be able to get enough, but I'm not sure. I don't see how many K-Man has, so... He's at 35 right now. Oh yeah, there's plenty, yeah. There's like another 20, 25.
I'm forgetting where they are, apparently. Alright, my brain is turned off. This is tragic. Ash choosing to dump. She might be going into Aztec, actually. Oh, she doesn't have Key 4, so... Yeah, that's definitely
what she's 100% going, though.
I mean, she can pick up Key 4 if she wants, basically. It's pretty straightforward. Guitar, spring. It's like 1 check.
True.
Well, 1 check unless you go into caves. In which case, then it becomes more. But, and Coconut's picked Key 4. But, and Coconut got you Rocket Barrel, so you might be thinking, like, Upper Cabin. Oh, no.
Well, the thing is, Caves is level 5, so,
I'm being stupid.
It's honestly hard to keep track of this stuff anyways, and both people are doing very different things. You don't know what's what anymore. I
think K-Man's play is safer. I feel like Caves Diddy Metal feels like a sure thing to me. What is this? There's a chunky potion on Funky. We also don't have Funky for what it's worth. He's in Jape somewhere. Caves Funky Chunky. That goes hard. Another Coconut check here. Game, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's 2... How are there so many fairies in the seed? Oh, it's just the Rocket Barrel. Bonus Barrel, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
There's 20 fairies in the seed. We're gonna see them all by the end of the seed. This is crazy. We're a half hour in and we've seen at least like 10 or like 11, 12 maybe? Is anyone keeping count?
People were counting earlier. There's way too many. It's ridiculous. Alright, now are we going to be able to get Tiny is the question. Tiny's locked by... Oh, that's another...
Not only is Tiny purchasable by Lanky, who came in and is picking up right now, there's another fairy in that shop. What is going on?
Why are they so bad?
Something has happened in the seed to just dump 20... To just dump like 15 fairies on us. Just off the rip.
This is absolutely... It's absolutely ridiculous.
Madness. Well, good news, you probably don't have to worry about, like, writing down where your fairies are, because you're just going to run into another 3 in the next 5 minutes, so who cares?
So I guess this is now where we announce that season 5 is going to have a fairy requirement of 12.
They can't keep getting away with it!
Oh, this is beyond stupid at this point.
Okay, big main aisle him. Hang on, let's be serious. Let's be serious. Main aisle. Okay, did I say Chunky Kasplat and Galleon?
That did indeed, yeah.
Okay.
And I believe it was main 7-8 Tiny Linky.
7-8 Tiny Linky. Which item is that? That would be locked by whatever we get out of Castle Metal Rewards. Interesting. So maybe that's barrels there? No.
Could be.
No.
Have we peaked anything in main aisles?
It could be like vines. Vines would be a weird pickup, but that would get us something immediately.
Yeah, that is very true. Oh,
could be pineapple.
You know something's up when there's something in that GB check right there.
Which one?
The Hunky barrel in Aztec has a vial.
Oh my.
Which Hunky was in a hinted region, so bit of a problem.
It was hinted for prod, but the problem is that Coconut like ends up on all the same paths. Coconut doesn't like mesh with Hunky all that well. Could be whatever's there.
Oh, I agree.
Could be our answer. That's possible. I think it's more likely it's just somewhere in upper production instead. Ultra Race, way of the Horde. So Ash is picking up something good here. I don't know what the heck it could possibly be. It could be Key 1, actually. This is not a bad spot for Key 1. That'd fit pretty well.
Actually, that is a very good point, is, oh, we didn't even get to see the item. Have we actually seen any other keys? Or do we just know that a million moves are on the path?
The last progressive key, right? The last key that gets us more levels to progress, besides Helm, is Key 1, and Key 1 is only hinted by Coconut at this point. Coconut got his Rocket Barrel. Ultra Race is only Rocket Barrel. I think this is a really good Key 1 spot. Ash skipped over the preview, so we don't actually know what the Vulture's about to give us, but I would not be terribly surprised to see a key pop out here.
Oh, yeah.
That fits pretty well right now, with what we know. And K-Man being able to pick up Tiny with Linky in tow is pretty nice. So, gonna have a pretty solid Aztec clear here. A lot to do. So what's our item? Ooh, it's a potion. Give me diving!
Oh! Yeah, that may or may not be a good move.
It's basically a key. I mean, it gets you access to level 4, so that's pretty good. I don't hate that.
That is very true.
Alright, what about this hint? Galleon Lobby Swim. Okay. So we need Twirl, Mini, and Diving for that. And it's probably on the path to Key 7 Tiny Kid Roll, which may have killed our Check Legends dreams. Because that would be where Feather is. That is unfortunate. And Feather...
we still have plenty of time. I'm sure there's like we have early potion. Early lobbies have a potion. There could just be a key.
Did either of them actually check the Check Legends in Forest? I don't think they did.
No, none of them did.
It's possible. I mean, it's going to be Feather in that spot because it's not going to be Mini Monkey, and it's got to be on the path to Tiny Care Roll. So I'm saying there's a chance. There's a chance.
Always.
Key 7 could be doing something sinister here. Up to no good, even. Could we be dealing with a Mechfish angle? Not really, because Guitar is solved as it stands. Guitar is not really going to be our answer. Guitar only gets us Key 4 and Key 8, and we know why for both, so... I don't think we really need to think about, like, any Guitar checks at this point. That's what made it so weird that you get Lanky with Diddy and Caves. It's like, you have to take Guitar out of the equation, which is, like, half the checks.
Yeah, that is actually kind of ridiculous, right? Excluding Spring, that move has, like, not that many utilities, is we have a ridiculous amount of Gigapaths with potentially an endgame leading towards production, and then suddenly we have a move already solved.
Tudos in Shambles is Lanky's hinted way of the Horde. Well, I guess we kind of do that. Oh, Creme Isle hint. This is our...
Oh!
Wait. That's our rocket...
Wait, what?
Key 1, Key 8, Tiny Phase, Kongs. That's definitely Rocket.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, that is Rocket.
Rocket is not as good as we may have thought it was. Huh.
So Rocket gets you diving, and we know Galleon Lobby has to have something. That also means that the early lobby hint is different. Wait, there's actually 2 things in the lobby. Early lobbies.
You're right.
Wait a second.
Oh, this is getting weird now.
Alright. That actually means there has to be a key in early lobbies.
I bet it's barrels locked, right? I think that fits. Like, it's probably barrels locked in the sense that that's where Lanky K. Rool falls off the path. So, Japes lobby looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, agreed.
It could do something weird like pull out charge or something crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, Check Legends 2 is a little premature to be calling Check Legends 2, but it's definitely getting a little freaky right now. That's for sure.
I think Revan's looking here. I think this is definitely looking close to Lobby Checker Legends, but we've got a bit to wait.
It's just so hard to get to it. It's so hard to get to that point that I don't believe it yet. I just don't believe it yet. I'm not a buyer.
Alright, Ash has sniffed out the key, and will soon be going to loot caves to get the key. That was a really clean jump.
Certainly helps to have the lights on. And that's why it's pretty nice. I mean, or that's kind of why it's pretty nice. And Key 4 gets you caves. So yeah, this all makes sense to her now. I suppose that you could have smelled out that Key 4 earlier, and that would end up... You'd end up in a different spot, and... We've seen that fairy. Don't freak out. Don't forget that's only fairy number, like, 8 or 9. Or that one's only, like, number, like, 9 that we saw. So... Yeah,
just 8 or 9 out of 20. Yeah, just a few.
That one was only the 9th one. We're already on 13. That's old news. Forget about that guy.
We've almost got enough fair. Oh, actually, no, we do have enough fairies to check twice.
K-Man's sitting on 8 fairies right now, which is insane because he definitely like didn't buy like 2 of them that we've seen. Didn't do like a bonus barrel for a couple. Like the testing barrel had, like the block tower had one or something crazy. I don't know. The fairies have fallen on their heads this season. They're both at 6, so they don't care anymore. But like, that's so weird.
And we don't even have Mini, we only just recently got Tiny. Like, if that was hinted Way of the Horde, like, a minute in the seed, you would be so scared, and you would have wasted time to get fairies. And then 5 minutes later go, oh, I'm already at 10, oh. Alright,
I think Ash might be buying into the Check of Legends, because she did a little spit take on that that Japes Forest Lobby's hint. What?
Like, I think it's a good shout-out. I think it's a really good shout-out.
Yeah. Problem is it has to be feathered, so I don't think it fits. It could be that Key 7 is on the Check of Legends, but I think that Japes Forest Lobby hint is to feather.
Yeah.
And then you use feather for something. But the problem is we have Coconut on the path to 7. We have Peanut on the path to 7. And we have 3 MI... Or we have... presumably Feather on the path to 7, and then 2 MII guns, so we'll have to make do. We found our Galleon lobby. It is diving locked, so 20 GBs to get in. Does K-Man dump here? Oh, yeah, oh, why not? Just throw another one on the pile. All right, Factory CBs, 3, 7, 8, Tiny Phase, Lanky Phase, Donkey Phase. Not Kongs, though. We found nothing on Factory Metals.
Yeah, and DK's metal is what I would have guessed there, but
absolutely.
No.
Given these paths, oh, Peanut has matching paths. It's got to be Diddy's metal then, right? But didn't we get that?
Yeah, we got that, and Spring also gets that medal. I think it's Lanky's medal. Wait a second, hold on. Did we see a TNS? Did we actually see a TNS at all?
Well, they're foolish, so who cares?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, never mind. Good call. I forgot about that hint. So, I think it's Lanky's medal then.
It could be, yeah, Lanky's medal fits pretty well because you logically need to turn on production. It could be Tiny's medal, which would be some freaky nonsense. In all these worlds, though, you need to turn on production, so we need Grab. Where's Grab?
That is a question. But we're about to see if there's anything here inside Galleon.
Grab could be our lighthouse item, actually. That would make a lot of sense. Only coconut locked? That's like perfect. I think that fits pretty well.
It does.
And then I like the production route because the production item is on the path to Blast. I bet you find Blast there in production, which means anything pointing to Donkey K. Rool is probably going to help you find Blast. And, well, maybe not. Because this factory CB item is on the path to Donkey K. Rool.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Did you see that peak on K-Man side?
I did not.
Chunky is locked by Vine Swinging.
Oh! Oh, no. Well, no, we were just talking this through. Castle CBs gives us Vine Swinging. I think. And then that gets you
Oh, yeah, that's right. We never got anything there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
so then, run back there with, like, Tiny, probably?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. We want it to be Tiny's medal. Yeah. Otherwise, we have a problem. We have a problem if it's not Tiny's medal.
Yeah. Oh my god, because then you would need the slam for Lanky's medal.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, and I don't even think you can cheese that in these settings. I think you hard need slam.
I'm sure it's Tiny. I'm sure it's Tiny's medal. Let's not worry about it. Let's just not worry about it. Yeah.
Let's not hope. Let's not hope my 10k channel points. Let's hope it's fine.
The doubters are sweating because that's like very gettable in the next 15 minutes. They're sweating, especially because we've seen Chunky. We have eyes on Chunky in that spot. Let's see what this lighthouse turns up though, because this lighthouse could also turn up something interesting. Could this be Vines?
I don't think so,
yes?
because we already have all of our other con paths solved, right? We haven't like cheese logic or any sense.
You're right.
So there could be something here that lets you get the medal. Like, oh, it could actually be Red Slam on the dirt patch here.
Huh. That'd be interesting. It's not the dirt here, it's the top of the lighthouse. Or, not the top of the lighthouse.
Oh yeah, it's the lighthouse,
the GB check inside the lighthouse. Oh, random James Tiny metal jump scare.
Okay. Wait a second. That metal hard requires Feather Bow.
Yeah, that metal's messed up. Did we just find our key 7?
We might have just found our key 7.
Alright. Back it in. Because splat your candies, that was monkey port. So that's probably just what we need to get to the upper creme, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. You look.
Yeah, so Ash now caught up on cons over here.
Okay.
He's just got him.
So we've been flying at a mile a minute, but here's our logic on this item here. So what's on the path to Kongs? Rocket Barrel's on the path to Kongs. Vines is on the path to Kongs. What do we have hinted path to Kongs? We've got Shockwave, which got us Coconut, which is also hinted path to Kongs, which got us Rocket Barrel, which is also hinted path to Kongs. The last thing path to Kongs is Castle CBs, which we have nothing from. So the theory is that has to be exactly Vines, or get us Vines very quickly.
Yeah, pretty much has to at this point. Otherwise, we've got some problems.
Oh, you fell down.
Everybody gets one down. What is it?
On down Womps.
I'm losing my mind. What's it called? Oh yeah, that's it.
On down Womps, the classic. That is a devastating composition too. It's just like right here at your entrance portal. Enjoy.
Oh no!
It's Red Slam.
Oh no! Why was I right? Why was I did not deserve to be right.
How dare
I did not deserve. No.
How dare you be right?
So I guess that means Lanky's medal is our Vine Swinging. Oh god.
It could be Diddy's medal, right? No. No.
Actually, I guess maybe.
This is the joys
of possible.
This is the joys of being in the commentary series. We actually get to figure this out. They're just gonna sweat and just YOLO and guess it. Slam Peanut Rocket Barrel is enough. I think it could be Diddy's medal.
Definitely possible. Ooh,
Lanky's medal is another strong contender as well, especially because the Slam is way the horde. What is that?
I guess this is Mini Monkey to then get K1 from the lobby?
I think that makes perfect sense. I think you got it in one. Nice pull. Do your rocket barrel checks, folks. Get your rocket barrel. Bang! Mini monkey. Perfect.
Nice. Okay.
Right, that's...
So now you just need... Now you just need vines to get chunky to get key 1. Okay.
If this is, in fact, key 1 in Galleon Lobby, rocket barrel is done. And we can just forget about it. That'd be awesome.
Actually, that is a point, yeah. That's everything else solved if that's the case. That's crazy.
And this gets you into the treasure chest? This is an awesome Galleon clear. Oh, but take a moment. Let's check the lobby real quick. And then we'll figure it out. Just kidding. Just... I made that up. We're going this way.
Yeah, we may or may not be missing Chunky Kong.
My man, you have 9 bullets in the chamber. How did that happen? It's because we don't have Funky, so you can't get ammo refills.
I forgot about that.
Caveman's looking around for like ammo crates, like, please, I need this. Funny.
This is also a thought with having shopkeepers in the pool, right? Is usually when you take photos of fairies, you skip the animation to go for a bit of a time save. But when you do that, you don't get the refills. But since Cranky and Funky can be in the pool, crystal coconuts and ammo is so much harder to come by in any given scene.
You get a lot of just like passive refills from just like running into Funky to buy a GB or something, running into Cranky to buy a GB, whatever. Castle Shop jump scare. Okay. What was that? That was a lot of stuff. Like 3, 7, 8. What was that item though?
I think it said, did it say cave shops or castle? I thought it said caves.
It said castle shops. What was that item? That was nothing? Which shop had something? I do not recall.
Funky Tiny.
Funky Tiny had something. Alright, well, I guess we gotta go back there. That seems pretty good. That's on the path to every... That's grab. That's 100% grab, because that matches... That lines up with our factory CB hint. That is 1,000,000% grab. So you have great reason to go back to Castle now. You've got great reason to go back to Castle. You've got great reason to go back to... Oh, you've got double great reason to go back to Castle. I think you have to go back to Castle now. Because Castle, you can walk out with... You walk out of Castle with vines and grab, and you're thrilled. Because that might be the last thing you need at a Castle. Could be.
I think it would be, yeah. I think we're at the point where we've got most of that initial stuff solved.
From what we know. It's not to say there won't be new information that completely turns everything on its head and makes me look like a fool. But from what we know, it's entirely possible that would be our last castle trip. We don't have Funky, you're right. Son of a gun. I guess
Wait, yeah.
Okay, so then
so we need to go to Japes.
Or do you try and pull vines to get your Chunky? You can, if we assume key 1 is in this lobby right here, you can get key 1 and then go to Japes, because that's the last level, and Japes has to be at this point, or level 2.
Yeah.
Or you try your luck at Castle. Oh, Ash gets the slam and just bails. I think I like sticking around in Galleon purely for like GBs. You can like do the treasure chest too, which is really nice. Not hinted, but just value. Yeah,
it's good density. Good to get that GB count up just in case Japes is mega expensive. But also, I think that I think Ash has sniffed out where Chunky is. I don't know if she peaked Chunky, but when you know that there's comms still on, like there's still things on the path, you know that you're not getting Chunky yet.
Yeah. Pretty good odds. Trying our luck at Diddy Metal, I think, with this rocket barrel, although this could just be a transit rocket barrel. We're lost?
Could be.
Help.
Where is she?
I don't think she knows. I don't.
you use the moon to guide you. Oh, we see things. Oh, she's at ground level.
Oh, we just got Twirl hinted to exactly key 1, so we know where key 1 is now.
Easy.
Great.
So yeah, unfortunately that does kill Checker Legends then, because that means Featherbow is in early lobbies. No.
Okay, so it's Pineapple on Japes Tiny Metal. And then...
I like your cook.
We're getting places with this one. We're getting places. This isn't up for Diddy Metal here. But is it here? Is it actually this metal? Or is it Lanky Metal? Because I think it could be either. I think it could even be Tiny's Metal, actually. You have a Way of the Horde Slam, which makes it less likely to be Tiny's Metal, but I think it could be Tiny's Metal still.
Yeah, that slam could just be for something else, which then honestly begs more questions than answers. Why would you need the slam if it's Tiny's Metal?
That would not be great. That would be pretty bad news, in fact, because there's a fairy in Lanky's 5-door ship. Get out of my head! Get out of my head! It's not Diddy's Metal, no!
If it's Tiny's Metal, I'm going to lose it. I am going to lose it.
Oh, let's have a look at the Castle Car Race. Now we're cooking.
Yes, Car Race has Pineapple. Pineapple gets you Grape Shooter. Seats off.
So one thing I will say about K-Man's Clear is I'm not sure I agree with the 5-door ship dive. It's not that this is like... it's just slow. I don't think this is hinted, and I think it's just slow. Having, like, been roasted in the past for opting to do this and playing super safe and clear thoroughly, I think there's just more efficient GBs later, and you don't really need to do this. I probably would have, like, dived the treasure chest and bailed.
Yeah, if we're just going for GB density, then it's usually not a bad play. But yeah, there's nothing pointing to saxophone, I don't think, right?
Well, I think it is a bad play for GB density. I just don't think it does enough for you.
That is fair.
You've got stuff to do. Like, you got places to be. Like, you got to get back to castle to go scoop up your vines. You got to get back to the lobby to get your key 1. Like, I feel like you just don't really have time to mess around with digging through every 5-door ship. Like, yeah, you get a lot of information, you get a lot of peaks, but given that nothing is hinted yet, I just don't think there's big value in actually any of those. I don't think there's value in those peaks yet.
No.
If you found an unhinted item, it would just, like, blow everything open, but, like, what are the odds of that? Not incredible right now.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you're trying to push for Tiny's Metal, I guess you could say it's worth, because there's, what, 15, 20 in there? But
yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, not sold on it. And this is this is coming from a place of experience where I have spent a lot of time clearing a guy, and it was just like, what am I doing here? It was garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, probably shouldn't have exited the aisles, but it's alright. We'll get key 1 later, that's fine. Castle is still a fine dive. I think a more optimal play is to get your key 1 and then try and pull Funky out of Japes.
The optimal path is to get Chunky Kong, who's required to get to that lobby swing check. Wait, what?
You're totally right! I forgot, you need Chunky for that. Oh, that's key 3 out of nowhere. Alright, cool.
That's key 3.
Okay.
Okay.
You're totally right. I forgot you need Chunky for the Galleon lobby swing. I'm stupid. That's kind of important. Alright, that's an insane trophy flip for key 3. That kind of makes a lot of stuff click into place. Well,
yeah,
no.
now this begs an important question now. Barrels, Baboon Balloon, production to 3.8 DK.
That's just... I think Blast gets you Balloon, right?
In theory, yeah.
It feels
like...
like
Oh, yeah, because we have Lanky Face, so we still need to follow the Lanky Face for barrels.
Yeah.
Beavers...
What are these beavers doing here? What are we doing here? The beavers strike again. How are they both in Beaver Bother at the same time? How did this happen?
The same Beaver Bother?
This is the same Beaver Bother. 56 minutes in, they're in the same Beaver Bother at the same time. Are they just doing it to flex on us?
They're actually just in each other's DMs right now, just going, "Are you ready?"
Alright, let's go. They'll never see it coming.
Crazy.
Oh, Ash is getting great golds. With the gold beavers. Oh, there's 2 gold beavers, and she's got them in like a perfect cycle. And yeah, they're playing nice. See ya. Super fast.
Yeah, that's really good. Alright. Quick little GB count right now. Was it 2832, I think that says?
32 for K-Man with 2 turn-enable blueprints and 2 chunky blueprints. Like 34, maybe 36. Ash at 28 with 2 turnable blueprints and 1 chunky blueprint, so 30, maybe 31.
Alright, so we're about to see Tiny Metal. We're about to see if that slam is for something completely different. If this metal right here is Vines, I'm losing it. I'm losing it right
I think it's
now.
Lanky's metal. I think Lanky's metal for the slam makes so much sense. Are you serious? 49? Okay, there we go. Oh my god.
Okay.
Downstairs you go.
Whew. I almost started screaming.
Almost spit water everywhere. Oh yeah.
Alright, well, Lanky's Metal Vines, go get Chunky. Chunky gets Key 1, go to Japes, get Funky Seed solved, pack it up, see us all later.
That said, the believers are running out of time. They got 2 minutes. I don't think they're getting there. I think there's a few too many hoops to jump through right now to get it. Oh my god, Ash didn't hit warp 4!
Don't activate warps.
It's a disaster! Well, actually, this is better.
That's fine.
This is a better drop to the underground, so... Error in your favor. Plus 20 seconds.
Alright, Ash, I believe in you.
She gets it here, though.
Channel pointer on the line. Come on. Go get Vines. Go get Chunky.
She 100% gets it here. So, here's your Vines.
There we go.
Oh, twisty seed here, but it's looking like we've pulled the right threads.
Wait, where are you going?
This is probably...
Galleon's that way.
Well, this is barrels, right? I think, maybe? No, this isn't barrels. This is trombone. Yes, this makes a lot of sense as trombone right here. So it's trombone here because you need trombone for key 8 and Lanky K roll, and then key 7 tiny K roll points you to Jape's lobby for the other hint. I think this is trombone. Beautiful.
Yeah, there we go.
So, a little sidetrack, but this is the right spot to look, so it's perfect. I'll run to Galleon lobby. Oh, I think... Oh, man. I think this is gonna be just short. So, I think she did that first because she's probably gonna stick around in Galleon afterwards and, like, do, like, a shipyard clear before moving out.
I agree.
Okay, well... Wait, hold! There's a chance. We need a nice Kasplat here. Oh, this is gonna be so tight.
Alright, come on. I believe.
15 seconds.
Why is she stopping?
Does Chunky drop in time? Oh my god. This is like a dead heat. Oh my god, it's a dead heat.
That was exactly on 1 hour. I'm pretty sure.
That was on 1 hour.
Exactly.
We're gonna need an instant replay. Somebody's got to clip that, and we need a. Sarah, clip that. We need a moderator decision on the photo finish.
Sarah, we need a retime. We need a retime on the restream, and we haven't even finished the stage yet.
Unbelievable. We haven't had one of those in a while. It looks like 59:59, but it was like on the nose on the timer.
See, all the people that are saying that have a 2 next to their name, so I'm inclined to believe them.
Alright, Ash getting the good word that...
All right,
that's
Ash
what
is now taking the key 1 hint.
There you go, boom.
That is absolutely crazy. Alright, so back to the seed, I guess. Now we're not worrying about channel points. So what is the play now? Is the play just to get the key and then just dip?
It's either that or you just like keep clearing out Galleon just to get GBs. I think that makes a lot of sense too. Can I not pay this out? I want to pay this out. Am I stupid? I need an adult. Where's that button? Oh, I see a problem. Am I not paid out? Yep, I'm clueless. This is what I get for trying to use technology. It's unfortunate. Got it by a hair. 50 59, 59, 8. Believers win. Oh my god.
That is actually crazy.
On Ash's screen, it actually looked like on the money, which is crazy. Photo finish. Is it possible that in starting the timer, I scammed the doubters? Possible. It's entirely possible I could have scammed the believers just the same, so it goes.
There we go.
If only I had perfect reaction time and had it exactly on the money. That's crazy. Alright. Rein in the tomfoolery. As far as progression goes, they're at even. Because K-Man is coming up on vines, and then he gets his chunky, and then he gets his key 1. Once they both have key 1, that's when things have sort of equalized at that point. Because Ash is doing her galleon clear. It's looking like she's gonna maybe do less, maybe do more. I guess she's got Spring to work with here.
Yeah, well, in reality, Chunky doesn't really have any moves, right? So, like, there's nothing... Oh,
come on.
I don't need...
We're like an hour. We're like an hour in. This is like actually reasonable to have seen a high number of fairies, but like every time I see one, I just can't. I can't. I just can't.
No.
I can't.
It is impossible to commentate every time I see a fairy. As soon as I see it, mouth shut, I'm done. I'm done. I'm packing up. I'm leaving the call. I will see you next time.
I think we're back into the realm of possibility. Like we're no longer in the extreme high roll. We're just in like the normal high roll territory. So we're back.
Yeah.
We're back in the game. You haven't seen 5 crowns and just picked up 3 of them. All right. Yes. I mean, yeah. I think that's kind of an indicator that we're back in reality. We're no longer in 18 fairies are getting dumped on you in the first 20 minutes. Instead, it was only like 12 fairies in the first 30 minutes, which is weird. I don't even know. Speechless. All right. So came in having already finished his galleon clear. Doesn't really need to do any of this stuff. Ash is catching up on GBs now. Pretty close. Yeah, here we go. We're just about even, but K-Man's got a pretty solid GB lead. By my reckoning, he's ahead by like 4. And like, you know.
Yeah, 4 GBs minus like I cannot see the blueprints too well, so I'll trust your eyes on that one.
Yeah, they both have 4 blueprints, 33 GBs to 37 GBs. So yeah, about a 4 GB difference. And it is indeed Japes as our last level, and you need exactly 37.
Wow.
So K-Man doesn't have to dump, and Ash will.
Igloo.
What are you doing here?
Uh-oh.
That's a key.
Um.
What the heck? Well, that's like balloon, right?
Yeah, it's balloon, but well. So.
Oh, maybe it's balloon to get up top. Maybe it's blast. We have no idea. Cool.
So here's the thing. Bro. Have a look at this. We have production hinted to 3.8 DK. We also have Igloo hinted to 3.8 DK. You know what we got in production was Hunky Chunky.
Oh my god. I don't know if we've solved kosher dirt is kosher dirt a possibility? Have we got coconut?
I know, like, I still reckon there is something upper production. So, like, in the end of the day, you try to find grab client production anyways. But look, you cannot deny the possibility that kosher dirt has, like, blast.
Alright, yeah, Ash having a number of blueprints to get into Japes, which is really unfortunate. Hey man, with, like, basically perfect timing to get in at 37. That's gonna pay out really well for him here.
Yeah, that is unfortunate GB deficit here.
This is what I get. I said I wasn't sure on the 5-door ship play, and sometimes it just works. Sometimes it just works. That's the nature of the randomizer, is that sometimes what you do is just exactly correct. You have chosen the correct multiverse to live in on this day. Congratulations. There was a Hunky Lock potion in Aztec. Huh.
There was, yeah.
Well, tell you what, I want to get funky. Hey, we found Funky right there. Bang. Perfect. I want to get funky, and I want to go get whatever's in the castle shop, because that's probably just our... Wait. That's probably just our grab there. And the reason we're so sure it's grab is because we got factory metals onto the exact same paths, and there's a number of factory metals that need that grab.
Oh, yeah. There's also a few places where you can get things are funky at the moment.
Ash is finally going to let us know if BFI has anything. This is
all right, let's find
essential. What is the seed cooking? It's cooking a golden banana. Unbelievable.
What?
Oh, another monster hint. Look out! Look out!
That was.
Get down!
What did we get on Forest CBs? Did we get anything?
That would be nothing as far as I can tell. And wouldn't you know it, that's the same path as your factory metals. So maybe Grab is actually on a forest metal. Who knows? Great! So whatever Funky might sell in Castle might be garbage, and it might be just a forest metal. Indeed. I hate it here.
You remember how I said the seed was solved earlier? Sorry.
It's in my time, I've learned through great pain that you never can be too sure. Something weird always turns up.
That is true.
Okay.
Well, so that Funky was locked by Peanuts for what it's worth, and that was the Mushroom Exterior hit, which was 378 Tiny Lanky DK. So it still does really go to show that whatever is in those castle shops is what we need.
Did we get anything off of Forest Metals? I guess we didn't. That's crazy. So Peanut is on the same path there, though, right? So it could be...
Yeah.
It's not Diddy's metal, though, so it's not that.
No, we did. I think we did Diddy and
Forest Diddy
DKs, but we haven't been back.
Oh,
so
Forest Diddy metal was key 5, so that's completely unrelated.
Oh yeah.
We found Funky on the top of the mountain. So just a simple Peanut Lock check. Which, oh yeah, so that makes sense. Peanut Lock's Funky, and Funky being the castle shop, that's why all those paths are shared.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. A Peanut check was a great call to dig through. Well, you really want your first pearl? You really don't want your first pearl? You gotta...
I love the turnaround of like, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't.
Yeah, we saw Pearl on Jape's Funky, but we didn't have Funky at the moment. But like, are you really gonna walk away from a Pearl that's just a camera shot away? Like, you really gonna do it? That's your first one?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. You simply cannot. It's too cataclysmic. Not only would it, well, okay, you can get away with it, but if you're on a restream, you got to be really careful because you don't want it to happen again. we don't need another incident.
You're not the crazy taxi.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
All right, so this is really right now. It's seeming like Japes is just going to be the majority of the GB fill we need for the rest of the seed, which is simultaneously a good thing, but also we still have 378 Tiny Lanky DK on many hits, so we are not close to being done.
Kinda. I feel like we have a pretty good lead on a lot of it, though. We have Key 3, which helps a ton. Like, K-Man having Key 3 in his pocket is going to be really happy. A sick bay out of nowhere.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense. I feel like we were like one step short of things making sense. Because I feel like that could be our grab now, and then you just get like Punch on Funky or something.
Yep, that's yeah, that actually makes sense.
We're just like a little bit off. Caves, Funky, Chunky. Oh, that's a completely different shop. Okay.
So that is also a Funky check, mind you.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Blast Micro was Kosha Dirt? We just missed that? Oh my god. Well, that certainly makes sense.
Oh, okay, so it is that. Okay,
good lord.
Alright, we both just apparently missed that. But yeah, that makes sense for the Hunky Chunky hit then. Cool.
Yeah, that tracks perfectly. Did we do that on stream? Would you like swipe it from another weekly runner? How many people we got in this lobby? We got like
20 people. 20 last I checked.
Wild times. It's a holiday. You know, it's a holiday. The gang's usually out and about for fireworks. Did you hear any fire?
Keep telling yourself this. We are an hour 11 in the stream. Do not lose your mind when you see a fairy. Do not lose your mind when you see a fairy.
It's fine. This is normal. This is normal. This is fine. This is fine.
It's fine. It's okay.
Nobody panic. Nobody panic. And you gotta be careful because they might be seeing fairies that they've never seen, so they're not real. The fairies aren't real.
Oh.
They can't hurt you.
It's okay. Thanks for the assurance, buddy. I appreciate it.
We're good.
Okay. So now we're in caves. We're about to see what this funky vial is, and then we're going to castle to get the thing, and then we figure it out.
Or where is K-Man going? What is he thinking? Is he just clearing out the igloo? I don't hate that either. Like
probably just the one warp, actually.
What?
Oh, wait.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Aha.
Yeah. Okay.
Our Crown Casino's real. The people are clamoring to know. Judging by our crown
The
count,
answer is always yes.
I was gonna say no. All right. Well, the world may never know. It seems we are undecided.
All right. What do we got here?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Alright, that's one of the red alerts. That is a Way of the Horde grape for unknown reasons. We have no idea why that's Way of the Horde at all. Not even like an inkling.
Alright, it is quite simply, pineapple is on Jape's Tiny Metal.
Quite simply.
Get Featherbow from, where was it we said we're getting Featherbow? From the trombone pad in the lobby. Then Lobby Checker Legends is key 7.
Can we get James Tiny Metal right now? I don't think so. No, we need
No,
Feather, right?
you hard need Featherbow, and then you need either Coconut or Wind.
Alright, came in freaking out and goes to the nearest grape check, which is very real and fair. Oh my god. Okay, so
this is the first time we're about to see the micro since Ash did it and we missed it. Yep. Okay, cool.
That's wild. Okay, so we could probably find where barrel throwing is right now if we think if we knock our heads together, we can find it right now. Where is it? It's got to be on a factory metal.
Forest metal. Oh, sorry, factory metals. Yeah.
Factory or forest metal, either one. The question is where's Grab? Grab is either in Castle on the Funky Shop, or it's in a forest metal. It's one of the two, I think. And I think you have to go.
What I'm thinking.
You have to go to the castle shop first, right?
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is we get Punch in castle shops. Punch takes you to Seasick. Seasick gets you Grab. Grab takes you to the top of production to get Tiny's metal because Featherbow is locked at the end of this, so it's much harder to actually get Tiny's metal without Featherbow. So Grab will get you that barrels. Barrels then gets you Featherbow from Jape's lobby. And then you get Pineapple, and then it's Lobby Check the Legends.
Then it's Lobby Check the Legends. Bang! We got him!
I'm sorry, I had to throw that.
Hey, quick question. Just one small problem with that theory. Like, where is Gorilla Grab? Or where's Gorilla gone?
Gorilla gone? That is an excellent question. Gorilla gone is, checks hints.
It could just
It's in hell.
It's in hell.
Okay, look, I cannot back that.
Oh my god, of course. I came in trying to look on factory metals. I don't think it's factory metals. I think it's Grab to get you a different factory metal. I mean, it could be factory metals, but like, he's dug through his hints and he's picked out forest. And he's like, yes, forest metals has something unhinted. And I think, can we do every forest metal? That's the question. We've got Donkey Diddy. Can we do Lankies? We can with Grape, so maybe like Grape Diddy or Forest Lanky metal. We can do Tinies with Diving Grape. And we can do Chunkies because it costs nothing. So we can do everybody's forest metal, so we can actually just get whatever this item is. And we're good to go. And this could be Grab.
So here's the question then. We're assuming all this does lead to Grab, but there's so many things here on this path. Like, they all are separate things apart from factory metals. Like, how do they converge?
Oh, Spider Boss. Let's go, K-Man. Lock in. You can't do Spider Boss now. This doesn't work. That would be really funny, though. That would be crazy. Ash finding Key 3 out of nowhere. This is just a brain destroyer. Like, what? What are you doing?
Well, there's the one potential lead. Wait a second, that's... Look at... Oh, wait, no, never mind. She's doing the bonus barrel for a blueprint. I was going to say, that makes sense for grape, but no, it's the dirt patch.
Oh, God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hopefully it's not minigame logic, because I just have not paid any attention to that.
I don't think we've really had any required minigames aside from that sniper scope, which,
Lanky was a minigame, but that was like... Lanky was like a searchlight sneak or something. Like, whatever. Yeah, let's just not look at that. Yeah, the running theory on grab is that you pull grab out of a shop, a castle shop, which is hinted at the same paths as factory metals, and in order to get factory lanky and factory tiny, you have to turn on production, which takes coconut and grab, which fits perfectly. And on top of that, peanut is path to funky, and peanut is on exactly the same path as funky, so it just fits perfectly.
And it's currently the only thing that makes sense right now, but we gotta see these things, and we're gonna see both at the same time, because they're both going to the opposite things. We've got Ash on the way to Castle Funky, and we have K-Man doing Forest Metal, so hopefully we can understand what's going on, because I'm losing my mind.
One of these
that's the pairing.
One of these is surely grab, right? But then the problem is what's on the factory metal, and I don't know. That might be barrels?
I'm not sure.
I think barrels makes a fair bit of sense.
I think punch has to be one of these two things, or these two things... Actually, maybe these two things are two random things that combine to primate punch.
Punch fits pretty well. There's another world where... Okay, it's pineapple here, okay.
Oh! Okay.
I was going to say, there is a world where it's like... There's a world where it's factory chunky metal for punch, and that would be coconut grab pineapple locked.
That's insane.
That tracks perfectly. I think that's like exactly what we're looking for. And then you take punch to sickbay and get barrels, and you're off to the races. I think we finally cracked it.
Wow. This metal logic is insane.
That's a mess. So what does Ash need to unpack that? Ash would need to go grab grape, probably? Because you probably now need grape for a forest metal to get you grab. Grab is probably here. Is there any urgency for K-Man picking up trombone? Where's trombone? Trombone was back at Isles? I don't think so. Trombone probably locks your feather in Japes lobby to get you feather for keys. Yeah, where's key 7? Can we find key 7? Is it actually
tiny metal?
I think, honest to God, it might be the Check Legends. I think I'm becoming a believer. Every single gun is pointing at key 7.
Oh, actually no, that makes sense. I'm a fool. We found pineapple there. We have great Pinton. Japes tiny metal is Gorilla Gone.
Oh, Japes tiny metal is Gorilla Gone. Okay, well, okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Hang on, right. No, wait. No, it can't be. It can't be, because we have a scouring hit. There's only one potion in the Japes Force lobbies, and that has to be feather. So, I think it's still just Japes tiny metal for key 7. I think... Oh, no, wait, because it could just be key 7. It could just be a key.
Yeah,
it's not a potion.
It won't be a potion. Yeah.
Lock in, man! Lock in! It's me yelling at my brain.
I think this has to be the case, we get feather from Japes lobby.
That's if we need to... Do all the guns point at feather? Because I think they might. Do they all point at the right location? So coconut gets us... Oh, God. How does coconut get us closer to feather? So feather is trombone. Feather's trombone barrels. Trombone was vines locked, which was slam locked, which was coconut locked. So yes, coconut gets you there. Peanut locks funky, which locks pineapple, so peanut gets you there. Pineapple, or no wait, how does pineapple get you there? Pineapple gets you there because of the factory metal, which will get you punch, which will get you barrel, so yes, that locks it. Grape locks the forest metal, which gets you grab, which gets you punch, which gets you barrel, so that gets you there. And then,
we
yeah.
just got chunky and tiny metal, by the way, back to back. It was none of them. So it's Lanky's metal.
I'm no longer a believer.
And Lanky's metal is locked by either Grape or O-Stand. So if Grape blocks O-Stand, that would be hinted for this metal.
Alright, I'm no longer a believer. I believe all of the guns point at Feather, so I think it is in fact Jape's tiny metal for key 7. I'm not a believer anymore. I'm out.
See, here's the thing. That, like, speaking honestly, not even trying to, like, will it into existence, but I'm willing it into existence.
It's very plausible.
Yeah, like, that metal in Jape's is either gone or key 7. And if it's key 7, it's solved. If it's gone, I would be shocked if someone went and did other gone checks.
It's still solved, yeah. Well, and it is indeed Forest Lanky metal for grab, which is crazy.
So that's grab, and that was locked by Grape Shooter.
Yo, wait, hang on. One more puzzle that we gotta unpack. Where's Balloon? We skipped Balloon. Where is it?
Balloon has to be locked by Blast. So what? Do we have any potential Blast?
It could be on the It could be on the factory blast course. How many things did we find in storage? We found a third melon.
Yeah,
There's 2 potions in storage.
No.
There's 2 potions in storage, so that's a pretty good spot. Put it behind blast there.
I hate to be that person, but there are 2 blast checks in storage.
Yeah. It could be on arcade. That'd be really funny. We're never doing it. Like, we don't really care where Balloon is, to be clear. We skipped it.
No.
We'll get about it.
And both of these 2 have the key, so it's fine.
Right. So now we're in a bit of a race, and would you look at that? It's almost a dead heat. K-Man has a significant lead on Blueprint GBs, and that's where his actual lead is coming from, basically. But now he's got to go run and buy his pineapple, and then he's going to have to take his pineapple to factory, and then if you look at the, if you plug the numbers into the calculator, factory chunky metal ticks all the boxes. I think that's our winner here.
That is absolutely crazy that that's the case.
And it has to be exactly punch there, or something that locks punch.
We're about to find out in theory, although K-Man did stare in silence a little bit, so...
he's you gotta crunch the numbers on it. It's crazy to do. But he's going to factory, so... I do not hate the density. I do not hate the anthill density. Play. This fits pretty well.
It is. She does need a few more GBs, because we're at 50 with 4 blueprints. K-Man's actually very close to 64.
There is a world where it's actually ballooned in prod, and you have to use balloon to get blast somehow. It'd be really funny. Wait. Oh no, it's... Wait. What is it?
It have to be blast.
Oh, it's Hunky. Hunky is our prod item, so we don't care. We don't... Yeah. There's no other item in prod. It's just the Hunky that we need for a kosher dirt. Silly me.
I can't believe we're doing this for a medal. For a medal.
We do need a... Well, no, we know where Blast is. Blast is kosher dirt. We can... My brain is trying to put it in insane locations, but we already know what insane location it's in.
I am. Alright, time for a drink break, everyone. Make sure that you all stay hydrated. Go get a cup of water, go and, you know, check up on loved ones, check up on your pets, celebrate Independence Day for about 30 more seconds, because this cutscene's long. Oh yeah, fireworks is a thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Did you get any last night?
I didn't hear any, no.
That's crazy.
We do occasionally hear fireworks here, though. So I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah,
no, calm, collected, relax.
This is normal. That's a perfectly normal cromulent fairy location.
Okay, it's fine.
We're good. That's crazy. I can't believe you don't get fireworks in Australia. That's unbelievable. The fact that you actually do get fireworks sometimes is really funny.
Yeah, they're not fireworks that people should be doing, but that's besides the point.
They never are, for starters. You would not believe how many bootleg fireworks shacks go up like the week before the 4th of July.
That is crazy. I am not surprised, but that is absolutely insane.
I swear, they're
No,
like...
we just get...
They're like shanty towns. They just, like, a giant fireworks stand will appear off the side of the highway. And you're like, yep, that's where everyone's going to buy their random crap.
That's crazy. For us, it's just a random park that no one's in a suburb that no one wants to be in will just suddenly light up, and no one is ever surprised. It's like, oh, there's fireworks. Okay. Alright, cool. Back to sleep. Have a good one. See you later.
What's really funny is that it's not summer in Australia. It's winter. And I just don't associate fireworks with winter in any capacity. So it's like somebody is just going off in a foot of snow, just unloading some fireworks off in a park. It's just like the image in my head doesn't make sense. All right, factory chunky metal. Breaking news: factory chunky metal is barrels.
Wait, it's barrels.
Wait, that's not punch.
Wait.
Hold. Calculating.
Okay, punch is Jape's tiny metal.
Punch is James tiny metal? How do you get it? How do you get it without feather? Oh, you just go get feather right now.
Yeah, because
Okay.
barrels and trombone will get you feather bow, feather gets you punch gets you key 7.
And key 7 is in the sick bay. Okay, we got it. Alright, that...
Yeah.
I might have done it. I might have killed it. Or you Gorilla Gone in the sick bay, and then...
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. The lack of fireworks was getting to me.
Yeah. That's tough. Everyone needs their
So,
annual dose of freedom.
so what are we missing at the moment? Are we actually missing anything?
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure we have it all squared away, so just keep an eye on your GB count. You're gonna get to 64. And that's what K-Man's doing right now. He's just doing some density, I think. Why is he an Aztec?
Yeah, I don't know if density is the thing here, because how many GBs has K-Man have?
Maybe he's picked out this check for a while. Huh. You do have to go...
Pineapple being here too.
Alright, Ash gets her barrels, and she's going straight to caves. So yeah, he's got like pineapple hinted, he's got barrels hinted, he might just be like, yeah, this is like a decent check to do. I don't think this is great, but like density-wise it's not terrible, because you're getting Chunky's metal at the same time. Ash, meanwhile, is just running straight to the end. Running right to the end of progression. She might end up quite a few GB short. She's at 51 with 4 blueprints, so 55 is not really where you want to be going into Helm. Gonna need some help there. K-Man, meanwhile, is at...
You can do on the way, though.
K-Man is at 51 with 9 blueprints. He's at 60. He's pretty comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable at 60 here. I would just want to run straight to it. Oh, he's doing the hunky barrel here. That's what he thought about. Ooh.
Oh, wait. This actually...
This is nothing.
This balloon?
Oh, no. This could totally be balloon.
No, because Hunky's only on the path to 3-8. Yeah, no. Hunky's path to 3.
This totally fits then. But then...
Yeah.
Or is this Blast? No, this can't be Blast.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Hunky's path to Blast because it's... Yeah. No, but Blast is path to key 3 too, so that doesn't... Because your Igloo item is path to key 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is this? Is this actually just bait? This is pristine bait. Like, this... You don't get much better bait than this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this can be anything important.
This is jumbo shiny fishing line bait.
Oh, I know what it could be. It could be Sprint for a Helm minigame.
Oh, don't do that.
I was hoping.
Oranges!
Alright, and feast your eyes on the Kosher Dirt Baboon Blast. Required for Helm entry. Absolutely amazing.
Witness me!
So, I don't know if you know this, but Kosher Dirt has been popping up a lot lately. We did in the Donk Rando Discord server, which everyone here should totally join. We did an all Donk archipelago, and we had 4 Kosher Dirts that were required.
My lord. What's so tragic for K-Man here is that Oranges would let him skip Feather, but you can't skip Feather because you're going to need it for Jape's Tiny Metal. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tragic. Oranges would be an insane pull if you could skip Feather, but you can't.
This check here is miserable with Red Slam.
I think K-Man's a little lost in the sauce. I think he is not looking at the right solution here. I think it's all laid out in front of him. Unless I'm mistaken and he's missing something, I think he's got everything. He doesn't have trombone, actually. He doesn't have trombone.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, that makes sense actually. And you follow barrel checks and probably just forgets about the hunky hint.
Does he have...
Yeah.
He has the kosher hint knowledge, so he knows there's something there, so, like, he could do that whenever he wants. He's got barrels.
Yeah.
He's got... You don't need punch for that. It's just blast, but, like, he doesn't blast as each a ton. Ash, picking up what we think is our feather here. With her trombone, early... When it's on the mind, you think about, yes, feather, go. Perfect.
So where was trombone?
Trombone is the horde dirt. If you get your vines and notice that there's a main aisle hint on the path to everything except Kongs, or everything else except Kongs, that the Castle CB hint is on the path too. Right, vines got you chunky, and whatever's in main aisle, that main aisle item is trombone. So, works perfectly.
So I guess that's all that K-Man's missing and just has missed that hint. I don't know if K-Man read the hint or has just forgotten about it, but that's brutal at this point. You have the GBs you need. You're probably just trombone from Go mode.
I think if you were just trombone from Go mode, you would still be able to do a whole bunch of stuff. You would still be able to go get kosher dirt right now. He would still be able to...
That is true.
You can't get punch. You just can't get feather. Maybe he just knows that blast is like the end of the path and doesn't care, but I don't think you can know that because I think blast probably locks balloon somewhere.
Yeah,
probably.
But like we don't need balloon, so I don't know if that's a factor for either of these two. Oh, and K-Man didn't activate the 4 warp, so has to climb again.
Oh my god. Yeah, because he quit out as soon as he got Chunky's medal.
I think what's gonna happen here is
Ash is getting great. I just want to quickly point out that Ash is getting great efficient GBs while routing the rest of her seed, right? Grab the stump. Now you're going into... I don't think you do the hive ever, but... Sorry.
Yeah, no. Hive's a good call because it's your best density for tiny colored bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure how K-Man gets away from this one. Is this just like a missing hint? He might be climbing for the hint door, actually.
Yeah, I think the only way K-Man's gonna be able to catch back up here is if there is a hint door.
He's not even up here.
Well, let's see this on Ash's screen. I think we're about to go get the medal here, and in theory,
this is punch.
If we're right, this is punch.
We get punch here. You get key 7 in sickbay, and then you go to helm. A Nintendo coin, amazing. That's just unbelievable. Nice. Now back in the hints. Your production item is indeed Hunky Chunky. Do you recall that you got a use for it? I kind of hate the hive. Well, it's kind of like CBs, I guess, so that makes it a little better. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe she's not even doing the GB. Yeah, get your punch and bail. Yeah. Doing the rest of the hive is kind of slow. You get gone in sickbay, and then check Legends 2 for key 7. Yes! Yes! What am I saying? Lock me up.
Imagine, though. There is a non-zero chance that it's possible. Is it likely? No. Is it possible? 100%. Am I going to will it into existence? Hi, everyone. My name's Will, and I'm putting it into existence.
Yes, sir. I love this factory lobby dive just for 2 quick checks. This is great. 2GB.
Really good.
Pretty awesome. Because she's not going into factory. It's just 2 quick ones. Because she's got her eye on 64 right now. She's at 60. So you... top everything off here. Go get key 7. I said go get key 7. You can't go to Helm yet. Please do not go to Upper Krem without key 7. That would be the funniest thing of all time. Please don't. Not again. Not like this. Shoutouts to the conveyor belt moving while it's paused. While the game is paused. That's insane.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. That's
crazy.
I didn't know that happened.
It's wildin'.
DK just hovering over air. That's crazy.
Oh, alright, here's my cope. My cope is that Ash is just going to the top of Krem to see how many GB she's going to get before going in, and knows how many she needs to get out of Galleon. Right?
I guess that could work.
That's a rando pause exclusive thing? That makes sense. I know we hacked out a bunch of the pause menu to, like, make it faster. So, that does
I haven't seen it with the conveyor belt before.
Okay, she did not go. Yeah, the blurring, that's right, the blurring background, right? It's actually a blurred image of the last frame before pausing. Huh. Interesting. And here I thought it was just like an effect applied over a paused game. That makes a lot more sense because that's probably a lot cheaper to do.
That does make sense.
The more you know.
Alright, so we've got the kosher dirt now from K-Man side.
Push back in Galleon to pick up Sick Bay. Last couple GBs. 61. I'm pretty comfortable going in helmet 61. I think. It's a little spicy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have saxophone and twirl. You can do everything on Route 2 helm. There's like, if you have roughly 60, that's relatively safe if you have a lot of that stuff.
You know what K-Man has an option for? What K-Man can do is he can actually get to 64, go to helm, and just get the trombone in. And that would pretty much bail him out. He gets his blast off this kosher dirt, and this just sort of solves all his problems.
Unfortunately, I don't think K-Man knows tag barrel storage to skip key 7.
Oh. You're right, you got me there. It's amazing how key 7 is like the first thing that goes just out the window as soon as you like theorize about helm. It's just like, yes, we get the helm, and then we do all this fun stuff, and then you're like, wait. Ah, man. Ah, man, it's
so easy to forget.
Who got the spare keys? Who's got the spare keys?
Come on, Gorilla go on. Gorilla go on. Come on, come on. Give me Gorilla go on. Please, please. I'm begging. I'm sad.
No. No, not today, not today.
So that, I believe, is go mode for Ash.
Barring GB Catastrophe and Helm. 61's a pretty comfortable spot. You got sax, you got camera, you can look at these two up here. Oh yeah, 62 going in. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. You got 3 instruments to work with. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Plus there's a sprint barrel. We haven't seen any solo key 8 hints. I'm not really a bet man on that one. Oh, 63, what a luxury. Oh yes.
Oh, this is good.
Now
this is really good for her.
Now you're gonna like start like considering like cuts and skips for GBs and just bank on the fairies at the end. Very high odds that one of the fairies has a GB.
So K-Man is pushing orange checks here, which oranges was not on the path to Lanky. Oh, not to Lanky. Yeah, to Lanky.
Well, this is the hunky approach, right? Trying to like dig up hunky for some reason.
Yeah.
What are you trying to dig for? Didn't you get blast? Yeah, he got blast. So like, I don't know why oranges.
Yeah, he's trying to find trombone, and I guess he's following barrels. Not thinking that Hunky was not path to Lanky phase.
How does barrels get you here?
Honestly, if he didn't, barrels got you oranges from Hunky in Aztec. But like, this scene could have been so much worse if we didn't have a Lanky phase, because that actually made some of these hints a little bit easier to digest.
Yeah, that's what I really like about the K-roll phases as part of the end game, is that it really helps you like pick out. It really helps you solve your seed, knowing just like there's a certain items have to fall into certain places and like add tags to certain parts of the path, right? If you think of the K-roll phases
here
like
we
a tag. Here we go. Main aisle, get your trombone, and then he just like runs to the end of the seed basically. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to beat Ash, who's trucking through Helm. That's one room down.
And that was Lanky's as well, so there was no sprint, so that is guaranteed go mode. So Ash is off to the races. She will be heading off a little bit later, which I will also mention to everyone that is currently watching. I don't know about The Rock, but I don't have the race room open. I'm not going to be seeing if people are done. Ash could be first, she could be last. I ain't looking, so let's keep it spoiler free.
I'm looking, but I ain't a snitch, so you won't catch me snitching. Feather, go scoop up your punch now, and it all clicks into place for K-Man. Yeah, just a bit of a whiff on the trombone, which is a little unfortunate, but that's a cheeky one. It's there's a lot. My hint page is very colorful. It's very very hard to read on that. Why did he just leave? What are you doing? What are we doing here?
What are you?
Forest? Oh. Nope.
Following the. Oh, okay, yeah.
He's getting cute. Buddy. Okay, I think he just realized he doesn't have Gorilla Gun. You gotta weigh the horde unresolved. You have an unresolved way of the horde. Red alert. All right, 64 for Ash, so no problems here. We're good to go. And now Ash really wants to see no GBs at the back, just to screw over anyone else who's trying to gamble. Why are we going Aztec? Hang on, red alert. What are we doing?
What's going on here? I mean, Get Out Temple was hinted to have a potion, so maybe he's got Feather and goes, hey, the answer is in there.
Where's that hint? Because it's entirely possible he just doesn't have that hint. And if you're missing information, then maybe he's like trying to seek out information.
Yeah, does anyone in chat know where did we find that hint? Because I don't know where it is.
Actually, no earthly idea. I never keep track of where information gets found because that's not usually important, at least as far as like solving a seed goes. It's important in the context of knowing what each person knows, but that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
All right, back to Japes. Here we go. Lock in. We got it. Bonk.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully, in theory, this means K-Man control the path. Meanwhile, we have Tiny Phase here on Ash's end.
If nothing else, you have, like, he got his Feather, and so he knows that Feather is on the path to Key 7. So it's like, okay, well, I just run and Feather checks then. He might have been thinking, like, Tiny Temple, or Tiny's 5-door Temple, maybe. He might have been thinking that, but I was like, better idea. Let's just do Japes Tiny Metal, hinted way the horde. Off we go. Perfection.
So now, real talk. When are we adding random toes to Season 5?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna level with y'all. Tiny Phase is low-key one of the hardest K-Rool phases for new players. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's actually, like, kind of hard. The toes move, like, kind of quick on low-lag platforms. And if you don't know the patterns, you will just get run over. It's, like, actually low-key one of the hardest phases to, like, live. This game isn't terribly difficult. But this game, it's, like, low-key kind of hard. I think overall this game isn't anywhere. This game isn't anywhere near as difficult as like, I don't know, like a Super Metroid or something, or like, I think Zelda bosses are often harder. But like, if you turn on random toes, you will discover that yourself firsthand as the toes run you, just mow you down. They will just maul you, and you will just get absolutely beaten to pieces. I promise.
It is. It is. I'm obviously saying it as a joke, but it is. And like, for those that don't know, have never seen random toes, there are random toe patterns which 3 toes go at the same time. So good luck dodging that.
It's the same thing in that there's 2 patterns. There's like an A pattern and a B pattern, and it runs the A, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. Same deal as this phase does. It's just you have to learn what the 2 patterns are. And even still knowing that, you'll get run over like crazy because it's just a bespoke pattern you've never seen in your life, and you're like, ah! Very spooky. Ash, just clear the boot.
Oh, yeah.
Clear the boot. There you go.
Alright, this is the longest part done. Okay, I know that was a GB there, but I just saw a fairy on the screen on K-Man's side, and I just had flashbacks.
Yeah. Not again.
People were counting. How many fairies was that? Was that like 16, 17 fairies? I saw people counting. Give me a number. I need to know. For my own sake.
Terrifying is what it is. 16, maybe 17. That, definitely a very high proportion. Once you've seen enough in the game, it kind of like, that's pretty reasonable. But I swear, we hit like 12 fairies by the half-hour mark, which is crazy.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And there's the Key 7. So now K-Man just needs to get the GB sorted, and then we'll be on the way to Helm.
He's got 9 blueprints, so 53 GBs running in Helmet 62. Totally fine. Ash did it with fewer.
Pretty good.
No problemo. Set 17? Oh my god. So many fairies. Man, what a weird distribution of them, that's for sure.
Alright, what was our last phase? Oh yeah, DK phase. Yeah, kosher dirt. Huh.
Nice and quick. Yeah, kosher dirt out of nowhere. Why not? Why not?
Honestly, it's absolutely nuts that we had many hints pointing to grab for the, I wouldn't say unhinted, it was hinted, but the unexpected Castle Chunky Metal requirement for the production hint to be hunky on the Kasplat at the bottom. Like, that's actually crazy. It could have been the Kasplat on the top and the hints would not have changed.
It wasn't grabbed for any production check, it was just grabbed for a medal. Kinda wild. A very specific medal combination for what it's worth. It had to be exactly punch on that medal to get coconut grab and pineapple on the pass to that medal. Exactly punch. Crazy stuff. That's real tough.
That is ridiculous.
Alright, Ash, one hit down. Count the punches. Do you count punches or do you count bobs?
I count bobs.
I count punches. There you go. Punches are better. I said it here. I had the last word because that is time for Ash as she takes second place in the lobby with a 1:47.33.
Absolutely crazy.
Nice time.
GG's to Ash there.
Rushed it.
We'll be doing what we can to go and get Ash in here so we can have a little bit of a chat with her. Because I'm sure she's thrilled to get second place in a seed with so many path hits. Absolutely so many.
She snuck in here with no warning. Hey, be careful, you can't sneak up on me like that. What the heck? Hello.
Oh man! I got the official confirmation from the race moderator to go into the channel.
Oh, that was Sarah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'll give it. That one's on me. GG!
Yeah, GG.
GG's! I made a critical mistake at the end that I want to talk about for a second. I should have skipped grab. I knew it was grab. I had to know it was grab. I was staring at the factory CBs thing and told myself the whole time, I was like, oh, I'll go do 4 CBs and then I'll go, whatever get there, I'll go do factory CBs with it. And then I realized the entire time, as soon as I got grab, I was like, wait a minute. It's either, because of where, what's being locked with, punch afterwards. Because I knew that Key 7 was going to be on Seasick from, the way the hints were with Feather. I was like, if punch is there, then it has to be grab plus pineapple to get up, or it's grape plus grab and coconut to get up, or it's with Feather being locked behind this whole chain as well, it's grab and coconut to get tinies. All of them are locked by grab. I should have just skipped grab and gone up. I guess the counter argument to that is it's difficult to get tinies if you get there, but we did get pineapple for it, and that was unresolved, and so I thought it was going to be chunkies anyway. And I made a huge error there.
We'd actually mapped it out and do it to be chunkies metal, but I didn't actually think about the fact that you could maybe skip grab. You would do a couple cheeky backflips up and then grab the right CBs out of that. That's actually really interesting. That would have saved a ton of time.
In fact, I did do the backflip up. I skipped pulling the lever.
Oh, fair enough.
I got grab and then skipped pulling the lever, so I definitely should have skipped grab.
Well, sometimes that's the way she goes, I suppose.
That's unfortunately, I think, the difference between first and second place. But I'll take second place in a weekly.
Could
I ain't
be.
mad at it.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Really good. Now, we've also got, I just want to mention 2 things real quick as well. Number one is I had to close Ash's stream as soon as the seed was done, because I saw 3 fairies at the end of her screen. I had to close her screen. I didn't want to see another single fairy. I'm sorry, Ash. I have been complaining about fairies for the last 2 hours.
Okay, so I am the kind of runner who gets this, sixth sense. I will, not check stuff, but if I get, too many of, one of the collectibles, I'll be like, uh-oh, it's one of those seeds. And so when I saw, 5, 6 fairies available in the first 3 spheres, I was like, oh brother, this is one of those seeds, isn't it? And I was like, what could it even be at this point? And so when I went over there, I was just like, I'm just gonna cash it in. At this point, I knew where key 1 was. I knew that how it got Kongs. I knew everything else. I was like, this can't be to anything except for maybe a surprise key 8 nonsense. So I was like, maybe on the off chance that Lanky Helm has O-stand sprint nonsense, I'm just gonna go check this in case the game is screaming at me for this. And the worst case scenario is I get to cash in these nonsense collectibles I've been collecting the entire game for maybe a GB, because I was having GB problems at that point. This seed was not nice on GBs.
By our reckoning, by maybe the half hour, 35-minute mark, we've seen 12 fairies, which is earth-shattering. That's an insane number.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It tapered off a little bit, but...
Up until right now, combined both you and K-Man, no joke, 17 is how many we have seen. Team, there are 20 of them in this entire video game, and y'all smoked this seed in terms of how long it took you to go through. You missed a lot of checks. 17 fairies. I don't want to see a single fairy ever again.
I feel really happy that I made the executive decision to, on my way back into Castle, GB hunt with top of Castle Lobby. Getting key 3 there made everything so much simpler. There's definitely people who did not get key 3 who are going to suffer this seed because Blast is only to balloon somewhere in the seed. God knows where.
Our best guess is the storage scouring hint, so probably on the Blast course, or maybe the arcade if we're feeling frisky.
Oh dear, wait, yeah, grab is to 3 still. So definitely on the arcade, actually. Because grab's not required for either way.
Oh, actually, yeah, wait,
No,
grab
gets you... Grab gets...
No, grab gets you punched to barrels.
Oh, it gives you balls. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so maybe... Okay. But yeah, so yeah, one of those two probably.
Yeah.
That's
the other thing
gross, dude.
The other thing I want to mention to you as well, Ash, is the believers have you to thank for getting... You got family at exactly 59, 58.
No way, really?
59.8. It was within a tenth, like a tenth or two. Under
Believers eating good.
The believers are up tremendous.
I should never have gotten grab boy. Yeah, that was a big error for sure. But I mean, it was on Forest Lanky Metal was grab.
Oh yeah. Or Lanky
Metal. You could tell because
the only reason why
Grape was in the middle. Look, Hostan was in the middle of the Twilight Zone, and Grape immediately got hinted for you. Grape is on the shop, the Hinted shop.
Hinted Caves Funky Shop. Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
big dog.
I think someone needs to go watch Lately stream because we might actually have had a different seed, so we might need to DQ you.
He's been cooking something. Sometimes that happens. What's crazy is that this happens all the time. Is that two people just like end up at the same spot at the same time, but with insanely different routes for no reason. I just got barrels on a launcher from Prod. Yeah, it turns out that was actually a great option. It didn't even cross my mind. If you can pick out...
how long it took you to realize that the answer was Chunky's Metal, because there was so many hinted items, like Grape Shooter, Pineapple, and we were already cooking Lobby Checker Legends, and by we I mean me, I'm not sorry. And so, there was so many potential moves, like, it was hard to actually figure out what was path to what at any given time.
There's times where we shoehorn in the Checker Legends, but this one, it could have been, if that wasn't Key 7 and was instead Gorilla Grad, or Gorilla Gone on Forest, on Jape's Tiny Metal, then it was, in fact, Checker Legends. We were actually like one item away.
That would have been incredible. I want to say something. Two things, actually. One, I was in Factory, and I was like, oh god, it could be any of these metals. I should have skipped grab. Why didn't I skip grab? And I was like, well, I guess technically grab lets me from tiny. And so I started gathering lanky CBs, and then going down and gathering tiny CBs. And I was like, surely this has to be the right way to play this. And then I looked at Pineapple, and I was like, and Pineapple's going to let me get Chunky's metal here. And I was like, I haven't used Pineapple at all yet. And it's path. It's 100% the castle shop's path. So I was like, why am I not using Pineapple? It overlaps exactly with the Factory thing. It just has to be Chunky at this point. So I said...
So that was a little... It's a little diabolical because if you look at the calculator, it actually works out such that because it was barrels on that metal and barrels locks punch, exactly Coconut, Grab, Pineapple are all path to that metal.
It's the only way?
It's the only way to do it. If punch is locked right at metal.
That's so cool. That's the reasoning I came to as well. But I was like, surely it's not that until I got into Factory grabbing CBs. I was like, surely not. But then I was like, Pineapple's not Wath. It's Wath and it's in Path and not used yet, so I have to use it. So this is what I'll use it for. And then number 2 was nobody saw me fail that gunman game, right? No, nope. 0 people? Yeah, 0. Good, great, awesome. Because I failed a backflip up, and then I was like, well, I guess I'll shoot the bees from the location I've not practiced at. Well, that was unfortunate.
I don't see nothing.
Yeah, all right, good. I'm glad no one saw it. Very
K-Man locks it. That's GG for K-Man. He locks it in a time of 9th place with a 156.27 within 1 second of 8th place. That's devastating. That's a classic snipe.
The last second snipe. We had 3 people finish within 30 seconds of each other just then. It was absolutely crazy.
Wild times. Wild times. Dragon Man, I'm sure he's gonna have a piece to say about that trombone, but we'll see what he's gonna make of it.
Oh, was trombone machine?
Yeah, I forgot about the main aisle tint.
If he pulls that trombone shortly after, he probably wins the seed.
Really?
He was that far ahead.
Yeah.
Because I had pieced that all together at the beginning. I was like,
yeah,
oh yeah.
You pieced it together like kind of like as it came up. Like you got your vines and was like, I know what to do with these vines. I'm gonna go right there immediately. But you're joined by K-Man. How you doing, Chief?
Hello.
Hello.
GG. That was a rough one.
It was there for you, and then just one item just didn't quite pan out.
Yeah, well, thank God Ash was ahead, because if anyone was watching me, it was probably frustrating watching me go to a level, then immediately leave, then immediately come back, and like, I think
it's the nature of the beast. Sometimes it's just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I think this, think that.
Yeah.
A billion different ideas come to your head. It's.
I mean, like 2 instances. Number 1, getting Lanky's medal in Castle right in front of Funky Shop and immediately leaving. And then another one being going to Japes with Feather, saying, what am I supposed to do with Feather? Then saying, oh, Hive is foolish. And then I left, and then I looked at my notes and said, wait, Japes Tiny Medal. Makes a lot of sense.
Oh no! Did you not see the Funky Shop in Castle? That would explain.
I did. I wrote it down, but
okay.
I think I was just like, I was so focused on getting Chunky that the moment Vines popped up, I was like, all right, go.
Yeah, well, you didn't have Chunky yet. You couldn't get Chunky until after you got... Or you couldn't get Funky until after you get Chunky. Because Chunky locked Key 1, and Key 1 was where James was at Funky. So yeah, that was...
Yeah, for some reason, I thought it was Funky Chunky in Castle and not Funky... even then, that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah,
regardless.
Now, the really tricky one, I feel like, is it was just trombone, if I'm not mistaken. That was the one... The winning technique.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had trombone, everything slots into place for you really nicely, and it's off to the races. As a monster, my hint sheet is extremely colorful because every single hint was max length. Every path in.
I know that.
Yeah, I ran out of space in my notes too for a lot of places.
I don't know. This would be an interest. I wish I had the seed off. I wish I could do an A/B doing this like offline versus in front of a crowd, because I feel like this is a seed where I could have done a lot better had my bandwidth not just decreased by 20% for being on restream for whatever that's worth.
So for what it's worth between the two of you, right? In the end of the day, that mostly came down to trombone, because you both got Key 1 within seconds of each other. And K-Man read a lot of that end game a lot quicker, and you got everything about it a minute or so in front of Ash. So you actually had the lead through the entire end game until trombone.
The big break point there was when you both picked up Key 1, Ash had 33 GBs and 4 blueprints, and K-Man had 37 GBs and 4 blueprints, and so you could just run straight into Japes. Ash had to go spend like a minute or two just dumping, and you had like a solid like time advantage, and then converted it with 3 GBs, and I feel like you had a pretty solid lead, and then the trombone didn't happen, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
I gotta pay it back.
So, funny story, I think 20 minutes in leaving factory, I wrote down where I got Sniper, and I was like, huh, I got Hunky. Where did I get Hunky? It probably won't matter. Oh. And then an hour later in the seed, I look at production to 3, 8, and DK. I'm like, I didn't get anything in production. So I ran all the way back to production, full cleared it, found nothing on any other check, and went, something's clearly not right.
Because it really looks like it's going to get you, like your hints are pointing you to grab, and then it's like, okay, so then grab gets us something in production. This makes perfect sense, but no, it's just a splat at the base, because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be anything else?
Yeah, obviously when I got grab and pineapple, I knew it was just Chunky's medal, but that's why after I got Chunky's medal, I was comfortable leaving. But then I look at my notes later, and I go, production is unresolved to blast. What am I missing? But at that time, I had the micro too, and I knew it had to be Kosha Dirt. I needed to write down explicitly in my notes Kosha Dirt, so I knew Hunky and Barrels. That's what my end goal was. There. But yeah, also trombone just didn't help because vines just kind of came at a very tumultuous point in the seed, and I wasn't thinking vines and main until way too late.
Yeah, it's really tricky. It's easy to identify. Or I identified those hints as related because it was vines was the same path as the main hint minus the Kongs, and you saw chunky Lewis vines lock. So I was like, okay, that takes care of that. But what's a vines check on main aisle, and it falls into place.
Yeah,
if you're thinking about it
too.
at that time.
Yeah, and if you don't think about it, that's one of like the biggest LeBron locations. It's so easy to memory hole that one.
God, that one is awful too.
Especially in like these settings where Shockwave is shuffled. Sorry, you go.
No. I wanted to talk about how I was so certain I was going to be getting Key 4 on Cave's Lobby. And so I was just playing that entire early game like, oh yeah, when I get diving probably from this rocket barrel, it's going to be Key 4 there. And then I got a Krem hint saying 1-8, Tiny, and Kongs. And I'm like, is that rocket barrel? That can't be rocket barrel. That has to be Key 4. So maybe there's something else on Krem. And so then I go into Lobby 4 and it's Galleon and everything hits me all at once. And I go, it's Spring to 4, it's just on Dark Rafters. And I instantly saved quit out, ran back, got Key 4, ran back over to Caves, because I did not want to be into Galleon until I had my Kongs.
It's so funny you mentioned this, because K-Man did it immediately first try, Dark Rafters, blind, upon entering Forest immediately. And so we knew it was there the whole time.
I think Key 4 is my first item in the seed.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So crazy! That's so crazy! With these Kongs? That's wild! What do you mean?
Yeah, Diddy, that's all I need.
I guess so. Holy.
It's kind of wild, that jump up the Dark Rafters, because if you have Chunky and Lanky, sometimes those cons just randomly fall. DK is harder to grab it, but DK will climb up 100% of the time and never falls when he grabs.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. The grabs in this game I don't actually understand.
That sums up this game in a nutshell, doesn't it? Like, the one random, I think, came in as, like, got, like, the weird, like, stand, like, T-pose gun lock or whatever it is. By pressing buttons in a specific combination in Factory.
I don't know how I keep finding it, but I keep finding it.
I'm pretty sure, I think that only happens when you, like, hit, like, certain buttons at, like, a certain cadence, like, frame-perfect cadence, of course. Like, one button and then another button, like, 2 frames apart or something weird like that. It's something, like, insane, like, it's something bizarre like that, so I don't know whatever it is you're doing, but the game doesn't like it.
If the devs need to find a repro, just hand me a controller. I'll find it.
Hit buttons and something funny happens. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, actually, your stream has like an input display, so just go back, clip it, and see exactly what you did.
Yeah, I actually added that for that reason, because that same bug happened to me 2 weeks ago, and I was like, should probably have an input overlay, and I added it, and hopefully it'll be useful for tracking that down.
That's actually amazing.
Okay, grain of salt here. This is just my theory that it's that bug. I think there may be multiple of those kinds of bugs, because that's just the kind of game DK64 is. Because I don't think you had any of the guns. He had Diddy's guns. I don't know. This game's weird. Okay. Give me a break.
I don't envy your job on that. 100%.
Let's put Blame on it. We'll put Seagull on it. He'll figure it out in like 20 minutes. It's fine.
Did you also think it was going to be Diddy's medal in Castle when we saw the Castle medals hint? Because I was convinced when I first went in, after I got Peanuts in the exterior, I was like, and then I got the Castle CB's hint, I'm like, oh, 7, 8, Tiny Lanky Kongs, that covers all of Peanuts. Peanuts is always required for this medal. So I spent like a good chunk of time in Castle, like, prepping that medal. I was like, oh, I'm going to get Slam or Charge, and one of those is going to give me what I need, because Rocket Barrel could get me to 10, then Charge would give me that, or it could be the Slam to get me into the thing for the other one. And so when I got Slam, I'm like, oh, perfect, it's Diddy medal. And then it wasn't Diddy medal. I'm like, okay, so it's probably Lanky medal, but at this point I just need GBs badly, so I just started farming Castle and then decided to end on Lanky medal. But I was so convinced.
This is Ash thinking 40 moves ahead. Meanwhile, I go, red balloon, go pop. Ha 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 ha. And at some point, I got Diddy's medal. I think I was chasing Port Wath, so I entered Ballroom. Right. And I was also knew that Rocket was our 1-8 Tiny, so I was just doing Diddy stuff, and And before I even thought about Castle CBs, I already had Diddy's medal. So I knew it was probably going to be either Tiny or Lanky's.
The winning ticket, I think, is the Way of the Horde Slam, and that points you
Yeah.
at Lanky's medal pretty decisively. Or Diddy's.
So I wasn't sure if it was going to be Lanky's medal decisively, or just happens to be one thing's a
Right.
medal and another thing's like in rooms. That's why I did library, just because it was in logic. And I was like, well, I don't know. I probably should have done Lanky's medal first just to confirm, but
I kind of forgot that Monkey
I don't
Boy was
know.
Way of the Horde too. I just
Is
figured
there
that would be to get to top of Creme, and it wasn't later. Whoops.
Is there ever a world where Slam is Way of the Horde path for Diddy medal? Because if Charge is locked behind it, you have 25 locked in the ballroom, and then another 10 locked in the lower behind Slam for 35, and then you have 10 more locked inside the thing with Charge for 45.
It just
Is
has to
there
lock.
any more that are
It
locked?
has to lock Charge and one of Punch.
And no
or-
punch. Yes, right.
Yeah.
well, if it locks
think-
both
Yeah.
Punch and Rockets, I think that's
It has to be
enough
Punch.
for it to be.
Charge and Punch.
Punch and charge. Yeah, charge and punch will get you there. So interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then my logic definitely made sense as long as punch wasn't there. Which, for the record, neither charge or punch were showing up, as it turned out. But yeah, I mean, the most obvious one definitely is Lanky Metal. And once I whiffed on Diddy Metal, I was like, it's just Lanky Metal. So I'll finish that out as I go. But I'm like, I'm gonna do Tiny Metal in case it's Slam plus something else. I'm gonna do Top of Castle because I want GBs, even though I'm pretty sure it's Galleon Lobby Swim for P1 at this point. Like, I was just like so desperate for GBs in that early phase. I don't know about you, K-Man, but I was like closing in on an hour at like 50 minutes. I had like 23 GBs, and I'm like, this is bad. Like, we're in trouble.
GBs definitely felt awful at the beginning, but
I think
I
the big
had
help-
just enough to get by with everything.
Well, the
like,
big
I didn't
help-
have to dump like you did.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the big help on that was getting Key 4 immediately because Caves was cheaper than Aztec. So you didn't have to like dump it to get into Aztec because you had Key 4 in your pocket immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're right. Caves was 9.
It all came back.
Interesting.
The early Key 4 was,
okay.
the early Key 4 definitely saved several minutes, I think.
Well, everyone's just gonna have to learn
Even if it was
Sphere Zero Raptors.
Even if it was logical early, it definitely was very helpful here because it just has knock-on effects, specifically because it was a key. If it was like a guitar that you needed like super, obviously can't be guitar, but if it was like a helm instrument that you only need like super late, it doesn't really save you any time. But because it was a key, it's impactful early.
I definitely had that. I had the hint for guitar 4 and 8, and the hint for Caves Helm Lobbies 4. And so I was like, that could be Spring and that for the Raptor thing. But I was like, actually, it probably is just going to be. I was just given Rocket Barrel too. It's probably just Key 4 inside the Caves Lobby thing. So I decided as soon as I saw Caves, because I knew I needed to be the Caves next, I would just go try that and then quit if it wasn't that. And the second I didn't see Caves, I was like, oh, I'm wrong, it's the other one, and I just had to sprint back.
The crushing irony that it isn't that Caves is locked by Key 4. Just
Yeah, huge crushing irony.
And like I said earlier as well, like even though like a lot of weird stuff happened routing between the two of you there because of that Key 4, and when you all diverged so much because of those options, you still got Key 1 within seconds of each other. So the only real difference there was GBs, which is crazy because K-Man got Lanky before going to Aztec.
This is a good one to watch back because we came up with some crazy theories that on where everything was. And a lot of it
Wait, you're right. That's a huge part of it. That's where the GBs come from. Because if you get Key 4 earlier, and so you have Lanky going into Aztec, because you go Caves, get Lanky in the barrel, then you go into Aztec and you buy Tiny the first time around, your GB routing is just so much smoother. Like, it's not gonna, there's not more GBs available, but you have more, you're not gonna leave a few out of the way. You're gonna get random ones along the path the first time you go through. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, dude, I wish I had gone back and done Raptors now. When I first got it. Damn.
I'm so excited to see how badly I butchered that lead then. So excited.
I feel like it's a minute or so up from what I was saying, so it's not too big of a lead, but yeah, it sounds like it's only trombone.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like I said,
I think a perfect conversion could have won the race, but perfect is the operative word. Like clairvoyance could have maybe got there.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
just-
the two of us. Oh, you go. Sorry.
I just think had I taken, I know a lot of people sort of say this is a bad idea, but had I taken 10 seconds to just sit down, do a think dance and look at my notes, I think I could have pulled trombone a lot easier that way because I forgot that vines was on so many things other than free Kongs. So I knew like at some point when I was staring at my notes, wondering where the prod item even came from, I did sort of like see, oh, wait, also vines and main like line up really well. So I think had I just taken a little bit of time, because these were really complicated notes, like you guys said, it lights up the note sheet. Had I taken a little bit of time to actually just digest that, I think I would have made a lot better choices than just thinking I had to rush to whatever next destination I felt like.
Ever tricky.
And,
Ever
like,
tricky, that's for sure.
And credit where it's due as well. Like, the two of us here are on comms. We've got our controllers down. We're just staring, thinking. It's a lot easier for us to go figure things out. When you're in the middle of the race and you're only missing one singular item based on your hints, and it's something that you've missed, it's going to be very hard to recover from that because you got that stress of like, I'm literally one item away. I've got the race room open. No one is done. There's a chance. Where is this thing? It's so hard to maintain that kind of concentration and focus when you're mid-race.
I think a lot of it comes down to practiced and efficient note-taking, intentional note-taking of just like, okay, I want to make sure things are in the right order here to keep things as organized as best as possible, and that just kind of comes with playing a bunch. You just kind of figure it out as you go. A lesson for all the gamers out there. Take good notes.
I have this, I have all my notes just in a notepad, and they're, because like, they're all just like written in this shorthand that makes sense to me. But I used to be like losing hints inside this notepad. I'm like, this is not working. What do I need to do? And I realized I should start erasing things from my notepad once they're no longer useful. Like, try to erase Kong hints, try to erase single path key hints when you get the key, try to like for example, I could erase the Cave's Helm lobby to 4-1 because once I got key 4 it wasn't useful anymore. Yes, it turned out to be spring, and yeah, like if you need to look at spring later there, but like you can just remember that spring's only the 4, like you can just keep that in your mind or whatever. And so the more I started erasing stuff, the more my hints started like looking and making sense, because it's like I'm like narrowing the options, and like you have these big paths, but you have like less and less stuff to look at, and it's helped me a ton.
There's a lot of ways to go about it, but to be honest, I could talk about hints for a lot longer than we have tonight. So, with that, I think we can wrap this one up. Thanks for gaming, team. Ash came in.
Yeah, thanks.
GG's.
Of course,
did great.
GG's.
Well done. Spike, it's been a pleasure.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your July 5th, you weirdo, I guess. It's crazy. What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Happy belated July 1st to all my Canadians out there. Canada Day, let's go.
That's true.
And to all the Australians and New Zealanders that are here, y'all are legends. Because apparently they're weirdos. So happy July 5th
Weird
to
time.
all the cool people.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, whatever. That's a wrap for us here. Been a pleasure. Thanks for gaming with us, team. We'll send y'all off. Have a good one. Catch you in the next one. Morning.
Morning.
On it.
Morning.